y'all want to see like the top of my head or something.
Understandable. I's here doing the lurk. Hope y'all have a great podcast. Appreciate you, Jay. Everybody, Shay, that's the girlfriend of Blah. And that's Blah, the boyfriend of Shay. Haha. See how it
Shade boyfriend.
Oh
You feel
no, I
me?
hope I
That's
don't
what
fall
you
off.
know,
I'm stepping on niggas like they was some crazy. Let's go with big fish and I don't take
That's
the
the
bait. I'm the
calling
number
part.
one stunner. It
That's the
ain't no
calling
debate.
part.
Tell
is.
her come
Indeed.
over. I don't like the
Granted. Thanks for the shout out. No problem, Shay. All right. Let's get this good old thing. Hi to all the
shout
homies.
out to my
Homies, Shay says hi,
my buddy coalition mate. You feel me?
as well as Rose and things of that nature. But Rose is in the shower. Free, wake up, stop yawning. Damn, now she called you out, freak. Hey, me personally, I wouldn't tolerate that disrespect, but the
What
nigga,
I get called? What they say?
she said, freak, wake up, stop yawning. Cause I guess she
Ah,
yawned.
say damn, nigga just wake. What nigga just woke up? Like nigga have shit. You just woke up. Yeah.
She
Dig.
said wake up, waking. She said wake up from waking up. You feel me?
Trash.
I went to sleep 4 hours ago.
I let it slide this time. Shay, don't you got a stream to be running? you worry about you worry about that.
Jesus.
Cause most likely you still on
Ease up
your
on the homie, Shay.
starting soon screen.
Mm. Damn.
Yeah.
Got a
Ease up on
blast.
the homie,
Tragic.
Shay. Ease up on the homie.
She indeed probably just looking now. All right. This niggas ready? Hey, I might be. That means you are. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the good old Hazy Flame Podcast, Hazy Cast for short. This would be episode 66 and things of that nature. Rose, I'm about to do as I please in this good old stream of mine. Thank you very much. I am your host, So Fresh Prince, as you all may know me at this point in life, because all that good stuff. Yeah. With me today, there's six of us. Maybe five if Drop says something. Oh, Rose, you said you banned me? No stream tomorrow. Hey, appreciate you, Rose. Guess it's gonna be the last stream y'all see from me off of this channel. Yes, sir.
But
With me today, I got the good old random hero. Starting with you.
let's try some mine. This random hero, aka your hero's favorite hero, aka your wife's favorite athlete. That's Barbados Slim. You know, I mean, the Barbara's back at the crib. She getting the limbo bar ready so we can do a horizontal dance when I get off work. You feel me?
Followed up, we got
Dude, horizontal.
the good old
Yeah.
Ball with many books, and his name is Ball.
Hey y'all, what's up, y'all? Happy Friday. Happy Black History Month again.
Hey.
Next we got the good old Drop. Are you available? Great talk. Followed up. We got everybody's favorite Snow Wolf Captain, aka the Count Duke, aka the Dark Lord of Darkness, aka I don't know, I don't have another aka behind that. I ain't gonna lie, that's all him. We got the good old Sir Freak.
You know what I'm saying? On a beautiful Freaky Friday. You know what I'm saying? It's your favorites. Ice Captain Sir Slick, aka Snow Wolf Freaky, aka the Dark Duke, aka the OG counter, the AG quarter zip. I about to throw a different word in there, but I'm gonna calm down.
OG Cardigan. You feel me?
10.
Last but not least, we got everybody's favorite Bipper, Veli Honcho. Flicks on my key.
You feel me? Valley Honcho, aka the biggest bipper, aka Mr. Bipperlot. You did, aka I've been bipping. You thought you was bipping, but I've been bipping. Keep on bipping though. I see you.
Indeed. And we're gonna have a lovely, good old podcast today, and things like that, because it's a video game week, but it's still also Black History Month, so I ain't got no choice but to appreciate us, and things of that nature. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, we've been putting out videos consistently. Hey, look, we said we gonna get it done. We gonna get it done. Now, was it done in the timely fashion that we needed to be done? No, but it got done anyway. So, hey, what Drake said, never late is better, something like that.
It's still consistency.
Hood, and things like that. So we growing. We getting things done around here. But with all that being said, I'm a dribble breaking the ankle real quick. I see opening, pass it over to Freak / Hero with the good old anime / video game news.
Know what I'm saying? Niggas hey, like always, know what I'm saying, that 2-man tandem, know what I'm saying, going down court, know what I'm saying, know what I'm saying, set up a pick for hero, know what I'm saying, at the nigga gets past the ball, know what I'm saying.
Spin. We switching up a little bit. We slam balling, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I sit on freak, throw it back up, throw it in the air freak. That nigga jump off the trampoline, major air. I'll cross check a nigga just cause it's slam ball, nigga. Throw it out the backboard for freak.
Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Cartwheel, know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? It's back at NBA Live 2005, know what I'm saying? We do a know what I'm saying? We do a cartwheel, pose for the camera, catch the ball, goddamn windmill that motherfucker, and I for that anime news on hood. Know what I'm saying? For starters, something I came across. Breaking Bad's perfect 10 out of 10 episode was review bombed. All three of them. And now Vinland Saga's episode 24 is now tied for the highest rated TV episode ever.
That's crazy.
Wow,
I'm not even a Breaking Bad fan. That's crazy. That's
Years
crazy.
later. I watched Breaking Bad in high school, gang.
I'm saying that bitch is 2008. You know what I'm saying?
All these years later.
2008 to 2000 something. I know they review bombed it so many years later. It's crazy.
I had a college roommate. He rewatched the whole thing. So yeah, y'all tripping.
Yeah, Breaking Bad will always be one of the best shows of all time. That is perfection of a show. But after 7 years of being in production, you know what I'm saying, the creators of this anime, which had Atelier, apparently the creators said they want to rival Lord of the Rings with this new anime.
Oh Jesus,
by Studio Bug Films. I know quite a tall order. Apparently, it's about Coco, a young girl in a world where magic requires drawing specific intricate patterns with ink, a secret known only to witches. After accidentally turning her mother to stone by mimicking a forbidding spell, Coco is taken in as an apprentice by a witch to learn magic and find a way to reverse the curse. You know what I'm saying? So, hints of a very popular anime that we know very well. But they say they're trying to go crazy. I'm pretty interested to see what they're gonna do with it dropping in April. Devil May Cry season 2 airs May 12th. What? I know that
ain't happening.
That's a tall order right there.
Tall as hell. Shaq.
Jack, you mean Yao Ming?
No, that's not Shaq. That Bull original. OG.
Bro.
Studio Bones action-packed romance anime Marriage Toxin that I've been seeing more and more about recently airs April 7th. Pretty interesting premise. I ain't gonna break down. You know what I'm saying? If you're interested in it, it looks like it's gonna be a pretty good one. Japan is struggling to recruit truck drivers due to the truck-kun isekai glitch. I mean, cliche. I said cliche. Their logistics industry requests that the anime industry stop using truck-kun to send people to another world because it's having a negative subliminal. It's sending negative subliminal messages and an unjustified fear towards these vehicles, causing a decline in truck drivers. Crazy.
Hey, all that means to get your CDL and move to Japan.
No, I'm saying, hey, no, I'm saying, if you need a job, go ahead and go to Japan and start. Hey, be the leader of truck. Be the leader of truck soon.
That's what I'm
I'll
hearing.
send a nigga to a different world. I'm with it.
What?
That's all I hear. That's all I hear. I hear is get a new CDL license.
Everybody look down on Truck-kun. Truck-kun is creating amazing adventures for these young niggas, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if all of them getting amazing adventures.
The good majority, the vast majority of these is getting good adventures.
These niggas don't be having no hoes before they get hit by the truck. They get hit by the truck and they get all type of pink hair hoes, blue hair hoes, purple hair hoes. They get hella hoes.
I got hella hoes
and powers. Please hit me with the truck.
Hey.
Whoa.
Them niggas get hoes, powers, and they stop paying bills. Hit me with the truck right now.
That last went hard as hell, so you feel me? Hey, no bills? Shit, nigga. What a Mac 10 at?
Oh, me.
Go ahead. I'll go ahead.
I'll say, Nintendo 64 has ranked their only games that were available for Nintendo 64 rounding out the top five is Buck Bumble. Then number four, Body Harvest. Number three, Mischief Makers. Number two, Rocket, Rocket Robot on Wheels. And number one, if you played it, you know it's the GOAT, WWF No Mercy.
Wait, wait, wait. These are supposed to
Mario
be the.
64 didn't make top five.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, wait a minute.
The
Smoking on
only
top
Mario game
five.
that the only Mario game for the Nintendo 64 that made it was at number six, Mario Artist Collection.
Nah.
What?
What
And
SKU list is this? What SKU list is
this
this? There ain't no way.
this
Smoking
list
on
is
top
coming
five.
from Game Rank. This list is brought to you by Game Rank.
Yeah,
So
that's
if y'all mad at these
Invalid.
rankings,
Invalid. I'm not mad at it. It's just not real.
can't be
hey,
real. Super Mario 64 not being up there, it physically can't be possible. I see niggas
It's
playing that to this day.
bro,
Ain't no way.
Mario 64 is the game that made the console. That
hey,
shit saved Nintendo.
speaking of Nintendo classics and the Pokemon Classic games heading to Nintendo Switch for the anniversary, and each will cost $20. You feel me? And the ones that are we're talking about for the Pokemon Classics, Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green versions for the
Ooh, on
Switch.
the Switch?
Mhm. For the anniversary.
Fire.
They are the two most common requested classic Pokemon games, and they're finally making their way to Switch and Switch 2 consoles.
Yeah.
That's fire. That's fire.
Nice.
Dollar Jelly.
I can get behind that.
I'm gonna
That's
I'm gonna
fire.
splash a little, you know what I'm saying? It's a little sad news. We're gonna, give a big RIP to Hideki Sato, the former Sega president and creator of nearly every Sega console. He passed away at
Damn,
77 this week. He
I knew that
created
name sounded
basically
familiar.
every Sega that you played, damn near from the Genesis to the OG one he created. He's basically he's part of our childhood because he helped create Sonic, Mega Man, all these great classic
Man,
games through Sega. So man, I give a big
Dreamcast is
RP. Yeah,
still top three
yeah.
favorite system of all time. I love that Dreamcast, boy.
Dreamcast was ahead
Long
of his
live a
time. I
fucking
always say that.
legend. Long live
I
a
always say that.
fucking
And then a little Black history sprinkled this in before I get at the end of the news. Yeah. Anybody here ever watch Family Matters?
Indeed.
Yes.
indeed.
Yes, sir. It's a golden show right there.
So we know Mother Winslow, aka Rosalina No Lee Noir. She's best known for that, but she's also responsible for why a lot of what they call in Hollywood diversity hirings. She's the reason why that happened because, excuse me, in 1986 she founded the AMAS Respiratory Theater, which was bold mission was to provide the talent that has no color. Basically, she was trying to break that stereotype of just, you know, you might be black, you play this role. You white, you play this role. And she was a part of the agency to where now you see that everybody's getting that kind of fair shake in the quality of film, whether it be you're blind, you're deaf. It's not just a person who is not that acting that. It's an actual legit blind or deaf person. So she helped progress that wave through the years. Like give her a shout out through Black History Month, and it's creeping
I like
on.
I like to
Mhm.
chime in right quick with the more current, black excellence little tidbit.
Go ahead, my brother. Go
There's
ahead.
been a bill passed recently called the Teddy
Mm-hmm.
Bridgewater.
Yes, sir.
Shout out
That's the
to Teddy
is.
Bridgewater,
Mm-hmm.
accomplished NFL quarterback. Shout out to my dog.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
WW.
now moving forward, coaches of middle school and high school teams can pay for equipment, travel, food, all the necessary accommodations for their players. Kind of
Yep.
like how college is handled, but now in
That's
high
how.
school and middle school.
And also from like it said from more kind of like specifics come from like kindergarten to high school and up to at least 15K of there's the most important part that people will need to understand. He did this with his own money, which is why he got in trouble. So now the coach can use 15K of his own money to help the students in that situation. Because that's what Teddy Bridgewater was doing, and
Hmm.
the state of Florida had suspended him because he was doing that with his own money. But the
He was
school money, he was doing his
buying all
own
his
money.
kids gear. He was supplying them with food and drink, hotels when they traveled, all that stuff. He was doing that all out of his pocket.
Damn.
And
So
shout
like
out to Teddy Bridgewater, dude.
and it's officially called the Teddy Bridgewater Act. And we love to see our black people get within the legislation, get bills within their names that help not just us but other people around and what they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
And also to sneak in on Freaks territory about the anime Fist. I want to make sure I read this right. I don't want to get the name wrong. Sorry, I'm dodging golf balls as we speak. You feel me? Can't get whacked his head.
Shit.
Fist of North Star reboot is coming to Prime, Amazon Prime Video. So Fist of North Star.
Mm.
It's the
It's the North
okay.
Star.
That is also John Cena's one of his favorite anime. Fun fact.
Just throwing my last couple tidbits. You know what I'm saying? I brought this up a while, months ago. One Piece Heroines special episode scheduled for July 5th. Apparently, there's supposed to be. When I brought this up before, it was I forgot all the names I said. It's a lot of the popular One Piece women was gonna supposed to be in this. Specifically for this episode was on July 5th. The anime will adapt the Nami arc from the novel while incorporating newly added original elements, including Robin's appearance, to deliver an entirely new story development. Very, very interesante. I'm locked in for it, of
He's
course.
on.
Right.
Uh,
Chainsaw Man Rize arc movie is coming to Crunchyroll this spring. For everybody that didn't get to see it yet, Made in Abyss anime sequel movie part one set for fall 2026.
Wow.
Uh, yeah. That's the last one I want to throw in there. Forgot about
okay, I got one last gaming tidbit. Captain Falcon has finally won a gaming major in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate 7 years after the game has been released.
Let's go, Cap.
Uh,
I saw that yesterday actually.
he has had many second place victories, but not any first place. So recently, he just won a first place. And to once again, I don't want to. I gotta update people on sad news. Hope I said that name right because it sounds like it's close to spelled to this name, but Jane Bear. If you don't know who Jane Bear is, she is a voice actor. She is most famously a voice actor in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Sleeping Beauty, Peter's Dragon, and Beauty and the Beast, and also other Disney films. So she's low key a part of our childhood. She recently passed away as well. So just keep all the her people in good spirits. And lastly, just some pop culture news update. And McDonald's and Canada, people, for all our Canada listeners, you feel me? Uh, McDonald's got a collab with Drake coming out soon called the McDouble After Meal and the Junior Chicken After Meal. It's going to be basically a double cheeseburger for the after the meal, double cheeseburger, but the fries poutine style, and the junior chicken after meal is going to be good crispy chicken sandwich. But same thing with the poutine style fries and a midnight Sprite in a blue color to go. So the OVO artist is collabing with that. And that's mostly going to be in Canada, McDonald's, and some UK McDonald's as well. And for our Black History facts, you feel me? I want to first of all, give it up to our U.S. women's hockey team for winning gold at this year's Olympics, baby. And we got
Hey.
the men's going up against Canada tonight. So the great North American rival continues to see who gets the gold. But the reason I bring that up is I like to give a big shout out to Leah Edwards. She was the first. She is the first black woman to be a part of the U.S. hockey team, the first black woman to score in the Olympics on the U.S. hockey team, and the first black woman in U.S. hockey history to win a gold medal. Give big shout outs to her. You feel me? Gotta
Hey.
let people know about that. And another one, you got Lauren Williams. She's the first woman ever, not just black, not just white, first woman ever to win both a summer Olympic medal in Summer Olympic and Winter Olympic. You hear me? So hey, we give shout outs around all around Olympic time. She is one of the best because she has Summer Olympics medals in 2004 for 100 meters, gold in 2012 Summer Olympics 4x1 relay, and another silver medal in the Winter Olympics in 2014 for bobsledding. You feel me? So she is up there, and also another Olympic great goat, my first original Olympic crush, Gabby Douglas. She's one of the youngest ever to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. And guess how old she is? She's 28 years old, people. So let's give some shout outs and praise to Gabby Douglas, one of the OGs, and my first Olympic crush. And I will have some. I'm gonna say, like I said, we ain't been try to be traumatic or bring trauma, but at the end of the show, I'm gonna give you two. I'm gonna say some two different down, a little bit depressing facts, Black history facts. But hey, one of them is gonna explain why there's a lot of Chinese restaurants in a lot of urban or hood spots. Back to you, Chris.
Oh well, Rose wanted to include something in regards to the good old gaming news. She said, and I quote, I don't know what was said about Nintendo, but apparently that new Poketopia game, Pokemon Animal Crossing, will only be on a Nintendo Switch 2, even though they were saying it was going to be on both when it was announced.
Mm-hmm.
So Nintendo fans are
Mm-hmm.
heated.
Hey, all they're saying is you better get you a Switch 2, baby. If not, you're gonna have to wait.
You better
That's what
lease
I'm hearing.
Be waiting.
Indeed. But grab the ball, going down the court, slowly, looking at my opponents. You already know what I gotta do on them because they're trying to rush me. The good old spin move, but going to the right this time. Cross up. You feel me? See it really wide open. Passing the ball. Oh my God, I got hit down by Shaq.
Oh Lord.
Why is Jack here? I grabbed the ball. I grabbed the ball. I can't even dribble. I'm in awe. Why the fuck is Shaq on the floor? Hold on. Jab step. Hold on. Mellow bag. I ain't even dribble yet. Mellow bag. Jab step. Twin cross. Ooh, kilting. His ankles are still in front of me. His body on the bench. His shoes and his ankles is right there in front. I'm staring at him. The bone coming out them bitches. His body on the bench. I pull up. Slow motion. Why is this shit in slow motion? Who knows? The rest of the course still moving at normal speed, nigga. My shit slow motion. I'll pull up. Throw that bitch out of bounds because I don't wanna do that to his family. His girl right there watching, she crying and shit because his ankles just fell off. I feel bad for Shorty. I'm a real nigga at the end of the day. I give up the shot. You feel me? I throw the shit out of bounds. They can have the ball back. We gonna get back on defense. We good.
All right,
I
Riley.
hit a shiny. I hit that nigga with a shiny wizard. Just
Let's get into
Black
these
History Month.
good old icebreakers. Let's see, you got violence on the
Into
court now.
Ice breaker. Got some fun today. Some fun. We got
Okay.
Keep 3, Cut 5
Mm.
multiplayer games.
Ooh.
You feel me?
Interesante.
Y'all ready for the first game up on the list?
No.
Good.
I hope so.
First game on the list. We have Overwatch.
Mm. I'm not gonna keep that one. I don't, as much as I've played it recently, within like 3 years. We don't have to keep that. I'm not keeping it.
Fresh
Yeah.
your asshole.
Yeah, cut that, my boy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, you said it.
Okay, sounds like we cutting Overwatch off the ripper.
Oh, Overwatch is crazy.
Next
That's
game
tough right there.
on the list, we got Call of Duty
Okay.
Black
Mhm.
Ops
Cheap.
2.
Damn. Never mind. Fuck.
That's keeping me. And I ain't gonna W. That's the keeper right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, we keep that.
that gotta be cat.
Why you sound so depressed, Fresh?
Cause at the end of the day, I'm still a nigga who knows information. As a nigga who knows information, because information has to be within this nigga. I already know Black Ops 2 is probably like the best Black Ops that they got.
Yeah.
It is.
Indeed.
So
It
I
is.
mean, I can't
Even
be
though
mad.
they on 7 right now.
I can't be mad about the
There's a lot.
results. Can't be mad about the results. Yep, just keep it.
There's 20 sides on the D20, so you get a crit what is that? 5%. They still doing good.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Next game up is esports.
Keep it.
We keeping that. I spent too many hours playing virtual golf. You feel me? I was an expert at golf and tennis.
Hold on now, big bro. I mean, I do love Wii Sports, but we can only keep 3 of these, right?
Indeed.
Yeah,
This would be like
He
what,
said
number
like
4?
Wii Sports a bad keeper soon.
It's not a
I
bad
swear.
keep. We keeping 2, and then we only 3
Yeah,
in. Which
that's the point, blah. Yeah, you gonna have to move. We might have to move some shit around possibly, but you feel me? But
Yo,
you know, right now, look, I'm on the keep side of Wii Sports because you put Wii Sports. If we was all in a place right now and we had Wii Sports in there, I'm guaranteed we firing that bitch up. At least 3 of us is gonna be playing golf
Now,
or tennis or boxing.
previous
Feel me?
episode of the podcast, I was one of the heavy advocates for Wii Sports. But boy, that's a tough keep. Only 3 in, boy. Ooh, that's a tough keep. Only 3 in. Ooh, that's a tough
Yeah.
keep. Only 3 in.
But
What's
this is
the
only
rules?
this is the only
Can we go back?
multiplayer.
Now,
No, ain't no going back. All the tennis is fun.
Oh
Oh
shit!
no, going back. Oh well, then I'm staying with keep then, dog. Regardless of the play.
Keep.
There's 2 keeps. What?
I'm gonna have to leave that one.
The way niggas argue me down like what episode 8 about fucking Wii Sports as being the almighty god tier shit.
Feel you.
Might as well
But-
just fucking keep
Wii
it.
Sports is goated. Wii Sports is goated, especially in terms of multiplayer games.
That was a whole cool moment. Niggas were talking. We always talk about Wii Sports. Wii Sports is the best thing that we ever talk about in VC. Nigga, we haven't spoken about Wii Sports other than like a year and a half ago. How long?
I made sure to stay out of that conversation. I wasn't. I was in that. I made sure to not even say nothing about that conversation. We
I'm
also had a
still
second
standing
conversation
on
about that.
keeping it. I'm still standing on
Fuck it,
keeping it.
fuck
So
it.
I'm standing on my word.
Fuck, I'll keep it, bro. Fuck
This
it.
is the third one. We can only keep 3 of these.
And it's crazy, bro. Because if Modern Warfare 2 pop up, that's some fuck. I hope that bitch don't pop up, but ooh,
But
It's
you know,
multiplayer game. It's multiplayer, and most likely it will. So you feel me? Because Grand Theft Auto not gonna pop up like that because it's not a multiplayer game.
Well, let's see what number 4 is.
Game.
wait, what did we decide for Wii Sports though?
Keeping.
Kept it.
Mhm.
WE
Next game on the list. We got SmackDown versus Raw, 2007.
Oh, I don't have any feelings.
So
here.
that's part of my childhood. That's part of my childhood right there. I ain't gonna do. But
Bless
yeah,
you.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, that's gonna have to get dropped. I ain't gonna do.
It is because I got a feeling you got a skating game on here, and I'm gonna keep that. So I'm gonna have to drop it.
Rose also says bless you, freak.
I know that was. I got a feeling you got a skating game. I don't know which one, but I got a feeling you got one.
Rose
on there.
said
I'm gonna
bless you,
have to
freak.
keep that one.
Excuse me.
I said Rose said bless you.
Thank you. Wait, did I sneeze?
But
Nah,
nah,
you sneezed the first time, but
that.
you sneezed that one time, but she got to type shit out.
I was wondering if I sneezed with niggas to hear. I thought I was caught.
I say, I ain't keeping SmackDown versus Raw. So
Yeah,
sadly.
no.
Nah, not keeping it.
You're here?
That shit get cut. Your hair is diabolical. I ain't gonna.
Yes, I am.
I ain't gonna.
I had to walk away for a little bit, but I'm back.
Oh, okay.
I said for a little bit. I ain't heard you the whole time. What you mean for a little bit?
You missed your intro cue.
Not like before we got in here.
I see.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Next on the list.
You paused for a second. You know what I'm saying? Slight intermission.
Um,
Brandon, let me know when you flip it back on. Keep this responsive.
That's
the game?
2.
you said Destiny 2.
Yeah, that's a keeper.
Very large,
not-
very large spot in my heart, personally.
I'll keep it.
Not keeping. Cutting this one.
Come on. You won't keep a
Two.
cool game like that.
I'm cutting it, nigga. I had to cut SmackDown versus Raw. What you talking about? Dark
Yeah,
Drop?
you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. You got it.
Me personally, I slightly like the first one more, and I got there's a game I'm waiting for it, so I'm gonna have to personally lead that there.
To be honest, they could have kept it as Destiny. And
No, they couldn't.
come up with 2.
Yes, they did.
This is
Yes, they did.
I can't say it's the greatest. I love that game and it is great, but I can't say it's the greatest. It got a real strong spot in my heart, but I can't say it's the greatest. I'm gonna drop that one.
That 2-2,
Wow.
2-3, 2-2.
3-2. Because you said you cutting it, right? That's 3. Cause me, you, and Boss said cut.
Child to Destiny 2. I done put like 700 some hours into that bitch. Played all the
Yeah.
expansions.
I see, and I
better.
witnessed some of the hours between him and Drop. You feel me?
Next game on the list, we got Dragon Ball Z
I'm
Budokai
not going nowhere. Yes, see it.
Tenkaichi 3.
Yeah,
How
I'm
many
keeping it.
ga-
I'm keeping it.
I knew that was 3. I knew 3 was coming. Oh,
Trent,
Keeping
man.
it. I'm keeping it.
How,
Keeping it.
how,
Nope.
how many games we got? How many games we got left?
Saying the butts about it.
You got 4 more games left. Well, after this one, you got 3 more.
Oh, my God. That's literally.
I'm happy.
No. You got 2 more after this one. You got
That's
one.
literally my
Keith,
childhood. That's literally my childhood.
Fuck.
That's
I'm gonna take the risk and I'm cutting it. I'm taking the risk. I'm about to cut that.
Oh, that's tough, boy. Oh, that's tough.
Cause I got a feeling he gonna hit me with what I want to keep. Don't be pissed.
That game is the only reason. That's the only reason why I play fighting games for. That's the only reason why I really got into fighting games besides Tekken. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough.
It's a third in my spot in my personal bit because it's taking more Kombat than Dragon Ball Z. But I feel you on it.
You talking about the greatest multiplayer games?
No, it's just out of these we gotta keep or cut. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
the greatest.
multiplayer games.
What to keep? Yeah, out of multiplayer games, what we keeping the cutting out of the. I think it's it.
But now that I think about it, I didn't really play that game with many people.
Yeah, that's fair.
We got one cut, one keep.
Local.
Fuck. I might have to cut. I might have to cut. For multiplayer, I might have to cut for multiplayer. I might have to.
Yeah.
Oh man,
crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
it's because we got two options. It's been different. It was early on.
You know, a nigga like me can't cut it. Can't do it. Nope, no siree Bob. But hey, that's just me though.
I guess he cut it, man. Damn. One of the greatest multiplayer games of all time, right there.
On husters.
Me and my little brother dropped too many fucking hours into that shit.
Factual.
I mean, hey.
Next game on the list, we have Tony Hawk's American Wasteland.
I was hoping you say underground, but
If I cut Budokai, I'm gonna have. I mean, even though I never officially said I was cutting Budokai, you know what I'm saying? That I'm gonna leave that open in there. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to cut Tony. I'm gonna have to cut that Tony Hawk. So
Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut that one. I never played that one.
you didn't. Damn, that's the one. That's the one we
You
get.
didn't
That's
play
the first time
American Wasteland?
you didn't ride. You didn't get the chance to ride BMX bikes. You didn't get to ride bikes for the first time in Tony Hawk.
No, the last skating game I played was Jet Set Radio.
Dang, that's a banger, but dang.
Shit, bang. So we cutting Tony Hawk?
I'm keeping it. I don't know about it. I'm gonna keep that. I fuck with all Tony Hawk games.
If I cut,
What about you,
Budokai,
Frank?
I'm cutting as well.
Cutting.
All right. So
I'm gonna
in
do.
this Keep 3 Cut 5 of multiplayer games, you feel me?
What's the last game we decided?
Oh boys, cut Overwatch. Tough.
Out of here.
Y'all cut SmackDown versus Raw 2007, the banger.
That's a banger. That's
Y'all
stretch. You
cut
can say it.
Destiny 2, feel me? Huge game in my heart right there. Y'all cut Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Could be considered a cardinal sin, but y'all did it though.
Kinda, because I kinda cut it because I never said anything. So we kinda cut it.
And
They
y'all
don't
cut
like me. They like me.
Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. Another
Yes,
rough one
sir.
right here.
Yes, sir.
But y'all kept Call of Duty Black Ops 2. You
Yes.
also kept Wii Sports. And for y'all
Yes.
final keep, we got GoldenEye 007.
I'm
Dun,
not
dun, dun,
mad at it.
dun,
I'm not
dun,
mad at it.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm
I
not,
ain't mad at
not
it.
mad.
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm
I
not
was hoping for
mad.
Modern Warfare 2. That's what I was holding out for, but I ain't mad at it.
I
I ain't
was
mad
just
at it.
trying. Melly wasn't gonna double up on Black. He wasn't gonna double up on Call of Duty. So I was trying to see which Tony Hawk he's picking, and he picked the Wasteland.
I
So
picked American Wasteland because getting on BMX bikes was the craziest shit in the world.
that's why I said. I was
That
saying
shit
like
was the
that's the
craziest
first
shit in
one
the world.
because we didn't have Travis Hoffman BMX games anymore. So
But
Me,
I definitely would put Tenkaichi in that third spot, though. I definitely would. I definitely would put Budokai Tenkaichi in that third spot.
I'm there. GoldenEye is goaded,
It
but
is.
in terms of my experience, multiplayer games, Tenkaichi 3 really like
Yeah.
if we doing personal, I'm
I
not.
just rarely played that with anybody. I was mostly I rarely played that
I'm
with
talking
anybody.
about.
If it's
I
if you're going off,
When I was in elementary school, I lived across the street from my school. Me and my homies would literally walk out of school at the end of the day, walk right over to my house and hop on Budokai.
Yeah. No, you're right.
see that see the hours you got in Budokai, them hours plus Destiny, them hours I got in SmackDown versus Raw any game. So that was hard for me to cut because I have hella hours
Uh,
from just the season mode,
I
manager
got
mode, and just playing with the homies.
I got that game the year it came out. I got Xbox 360 and I got SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. That was the only game I had on my Xbox 360 for like 6, 8 months. And me and my little brother played that shit to death.
Wait till I get my gaming PC, I get my gaming laptop. You're
Yeah.
gonna be litty.
We was only using the Mexicals too. Niggas gonna tell us shit.
Coming out in
But
coming out in Mars.
that golden out to my slightly older older audience
Oh
out
yeah,
there, but
hell yeah,
hey,
they
you know what
know.
I'm saying? You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? You know, but we was on that. If you had it, we
oh
was
yeah,
on that. We was on that. We was on that
oh yeah.
every day hours
Yeah,
on that.
it's the OG split screen game. You feel me? It's
Man,
the
I'm
OG
talking about
split
we
screen
on
game.
that. Shout out to my uncle putting having the game, and I was just always taking over his console for that. Boy, we was on that.
'Cause no one's not going. They're not going. Like we are far. We are slowly going far away from the split screen gaming that we grew up with. You don't even really see it anymore. All online. You go to your homie crib, four screens. Y'all just going out killing each other, chopping niggas down, throwing hats, golden gun. Oh man, great time, great time.
That was key 3 Cup 5 multiplayer games with the hazy guys.
WWW.
He's guys featuring Rose in the comments because she was also playing as well.
Oh, hey, shout out Rose.
Oh, let's get into
I hear
these.
nothing from her in a while, so but,
Let's get into these good old topics. Who the fuck added me?
Oh, he did that. Shout out to Dark Nonchalant. He chilling, playing Tekken right now.
No, it was Mel. Oh, let's get into these good old podcast topics. Starting with the first one. Um, are graphics overrated? A debate on visual fidelity versus art direction, gameplay, and performance. Dun, 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 dun.
Yes,
Absolutely.
overrated as hell.
Damn,
Without a doubt.
damn.
I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan, and I hate Final Fantasy 16.
Mm-hmm.
Some beautiful trees in that game though. Trees sexy as shit. I hate the fucking game because it felt like too much got dumped into the graphics and not enough got dumped into the gameplay.
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
I'm not
okay.
mad at graphics. I'm with like if it's to a point where you do too much to the graphic and you say forget the games, you just want to worry about how good the game looks. If you get to that point, yeah, I'm like, yeah, it's overrated.
I think
me personally, not at all. Me personally, I say not at all. I say not at all. I think graphics are a very important element for me personally. But that's also something I set with anime, so I feel the same way when it comes to my gaming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How beautiful a setting can be can help me get immersed into the game. How beautiful the graphics are in the setting.
Okay, so let me answer. Let you about to see something, ball, because look like you about to see something.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot actually, but for just for like the beginning point, it feels like I say my main reason for saying that they're overrated is because supposedly they've been going up over the years, but it feels like it's gotten to the point where it's like diminishing returns where I haven't really noticed that much better graphics, right? So like for instance, what's a game that came out recently and how does that compare to like The Witcher 3 graphics?
Hmm.
Witcher 3 was fire. Like I haven't I got to a point where like even if they do like make improvements past that point, like I don't really notice or care enough for all of the extra space and all of the resources it probably cost. And my favorite games recently have honestly been like indie games with like goofy looking graphics, or games made by smaller studios. Um, so yeah, I'd say they're only overrated when they take away from the main content of the game because some games have beautiful art styles, and that's they don't need super 4K whatever high resolution resources.
Oh no, there was more to that, so I
Bro,
didn't want to cut you off.
Nah, that's all. That's how I feel about it.
Oh well, to stay with Rose has said in the chat, she's like, I'm picky on graphics. I just don't like pixel games too much. Like I can get into Stardew Valley only because, yeah, only because I get nauseous. And then to follow to what I was saying or going to say to Freak. So in regards to you who don't like graphics are not overrated, would you take a game that has the high end graphics that is very beautifully portrayed but has a very lackluster or not the most compelling gameplay versus something that may not have the best graphics. I'll say middle of the road for real, but gameplay and things like that are very astounding.
Now, I feel like obvious answer for me to say would be the mediocre graphics with the good gameplay. But I'm actually gonna say it depends on the genre of game I'm playing.
Mm. Okay, okay, so I guess if we deep dive just a little bit, let me get up in my oh shit, I'm losing by a good two. Let me lock in stance real quick. Um, so we take like what, uh, action adventures, horror games, cozy games, and then I'll say like what indie slash puzzle games. If we were to break them up into sections like that, do we expect more so things like the action adventure games to have mediocre, I'll say middle of the road type graphics but good gameplay, or should it have amazing graphics to draw in the attention but the gameplay is not all the way there to where it's like, I could, it's okay, but the graphics kind of make up for it, or what?
Nah,
So go ahead, drop. Go ahead.
not because like I feel like what I'm aiming for is like all around. Like
Like all
to
of
be
us,
honest with
yes.
that, yeah, yeah. But like if it's down to like a choice, I would I would go with like better graphics and gameplay. Yeah, if it's pleasing to me,
Play a boring ass movie. You just want to play
Ooh,
a boring ass movie. That's the
yeah,
vibe.
yeah, I could do that. I could do that. Yeah,
let them finish because yeah, I got
yeah,
some things to ask, some questions.
okay. But yeah, I can deal with that because like
So you can right now spend $70 on a video game,
I play
have the most
JJK.
boring time of your life. Those graphics did not look good.
Yeah,
So you
They
can
didn't look
spend
good.
$70 on a video game right now, had the most boring time of your life, but the shit look good, and you happy with your $70 you just spent.
That that's a pretty extreme again. You know what I'm saying? Same as boring
That's
time in
not
your
that's
life.
not
He
extreme at
said
all.
middle of the
That's
he
not
said middle of the
extreme at
pack. That
all.
ain't
pretty commonplace.
middle of the pack doesn't mean the most boring game of your life gameplay wise.
All right, it's not the most boring game of your life. It's still fucking boring. You said you'll take bad gameplay with good graphics. He didn't say middle of the pack. He said bad gameplay with good graphics. Fresh said middle of the pack. Drop said he'll take bad gameplay with good graphics.
I did say
Ah,
I did
okay.
say that.
Touche. I take that back. Touche. Touche.
You'll spend
But hey,
$70 for a bad game that looked good and be happy with your $70.
yeah.
You're a wild guy.
Hey,
To
shout
each
out
his
to
own.
Now,
hey. Well, actually, you know what? I think you've been waiting longer, Free. You can go ahead. I got some questions.
now go
A
ahead.
lot.
Since the deals are dropped, go ahead. I'll answer first afterwards. Go ahead. Since the
Okay,
deals are
so
dropped.
um, so we've been playing a couple games recently. Drop.
Mm.
Yeah.
What are the just per chance? What are the your most recently played games?
Most recently played games.
Because I know we've been playing Your Only Move is Hustle, Burgle and
Yeah.
Gnome,
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Overwatch.
Mm.
And out of those games, none of them have a heavy graphical investment or heavy graphic investment.
Mm. Not wrong.
Especially not Your Only Move is Hustle.
That shit is pixel art and
Pure gameplay.
cosmetics for real. But
That
hey, it
shit
looks
is
beautiful.
pure game.
It looks beautiful for what it is. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, boy, boy, activate that track card real quick. Hold on. What's your response? Drop.
Activate track card.
Oh, me free. The heart of the car. The top of the deck was glowing when you pulled that bitch.
That nigga paid his half his life points to activate this track card. What's your response, little nigga? Cause your board about to
I
get
ain't
he
gonna
over
white.
there,
lie.
he over there thinking. He thinking hard. It sound like, boy.
Not because I could say I played do it. Yeah, I did. I ordered it. But um I played what was it called? Do not do it night this, right?
Do a night abyss.
Graphics is good. It
Mm.
but like the gameplay feels little continuous. And it
Would
gets
you
boring
would
after.
you would you rather play that or Yomi Hustle?
Stay truthful.
That's a good question. I would play Yomi Hustle.
Hello there. Point.
I
You've
would
been
I would I
proven.
would I would play Yomi Hustle. But look, you gotta be there. But you gotta be there.
Got that nigga bored.
I can't bullshit for too long.
Exodia had to show his face real quick. What you say, buddy? Yep. You just wrap it up, gang.
Ladies and gentlemen,
To go back to the original
we
question
got
you
him.
asked. This one is pretty. I'm like, for action adventure, personally,
Mm-hmm.
that's actually pretty tough. Because action adventure, I do want good gameplay for action adventure. But of course, action adventure, there's a lot that goes into it. But just sticking for this sake of the topic, that's pretty tough because I like to get invested into my surroundings, my setting. I role play a lot. I get invested. I get immersed. I like a very
I've
good
been
setting
sitting
with the
here.
games I'm gonna play.
Indeed.
I've been sitting here for all this time trying to think about examples, and it's just so many fucking games I can't really come up with one. Because
also,
I
my,
feel like it's either these are better questions to be asked with examples.
I'll say like one example I have, like in an instance like where it's not been good is 2K in a sense, because like I know this is nitpicking, but still, it's we are this far along. And like for example, in 2K wrestling, it is like the graphics for what good they are, that not all of it's good. The belts don't look how they don't look fitting how they should. But you got some wrestling characters that look to the T to the wrestler, and you got wrestlers like Booker T who don't look like Booker T. But you go play TNA Impact, which came out like I think 2009. That's more that more looks like Booker T than what in today's time. So it just depends on how far along certain, I would say, franchises and what company is doing the graphics in a sense. So like that's an example that I look at towards every time because I play 2K wrestling a lot, and once we always get that in, the biggest gripe I always have, and Zoro has, is about how the belts fit on the characters, and that's maybe so small and minute, but how could you not get that right? But you make everything else look so spot on.
Okay, so
All right.
so
Hold on.
oh, my fault.
think
Hold on,
three was.
let me get through these three right quick. These three different genres that he brought up specifically right quick. So first off with the action adventure, I'm like I'm 55 45 60 40. Like it's very even for me because I would really like a really good graphics on my action adventure. Typically I really would. But since I'm usually I'm gonna invest so much time into those games, I will give the slight edge to better gameplay over graphics because I'm gonna put so much time into that game.
Mm-hmm.
Horror, on the other hand, I skew a little bit more towards having really good graphics in a horror game because a middle of the pack horror game can still be enjoyable as long as the jump scares and or graphics can be there for me personally. Like
I feel you on the
Even
horror
though I think
game.
Resident Evil 9 is gonna come out when Resident Evil 9 is gonna come out, I think that's one of the beautiful blends of both. I think that even if the gameplay isn't amazing, that game's graphics are so realistic I can really get drawn in, even if the gameplay isn't amazing.
Mm.
So I think good graphics for a horror game I could do with middle of the pack gameplay.
I got a question there though. I got two questions. My question is like, what kind of? It's okay if you don't want to answer, but what kind of graphics card do you have?
30 series still.
Okay, and what kind of monitor do you have? Is it like a 1080p or a 440 or 4K monitor?
I believe. Hang on. I believe it's 14. I believe it's 14. I believe. Well, at least that's good, but I can't. Hold on. I'm gonna actually look. I'm gonna actually look. Hold on.
Hey, I could see the system.
No, I'm saying I'm gonna pull up on my first monitor right quick. Hold on. I'll actually look for real, for real. I'm pretty sure.
Well, no, let's go back to there and check out the floor real quick. But man, no, you should be able to go into solo build again. Let me jumpy fence. There you go. And
Yeah,
then
I have a pretty top tier monitor on my first monitor. Yeah, I have a pretty top tier monitor.
Hell.
Okay, so you got like a 4K or 1440p?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so like that. Hey, that's really good. A lot of people they don't have those, and it feels like. I mean, I also it kind of depends on which graphic settings you play on, but for me it's kind of like a point where I don't upgrade my PC hardware to be the top of the line all the time. So I don't even really. There's not statistically there's not really a way for me to appreciate better graphics because I'm not playing on a higher graphic setting for any of these games.
Yeah.
And so like them making it better 4K or such and such, like I don't ever see those sorts of things. I much rather than them be like rather than them being visually appealing and more visually appealing, then there just be more stuff to interact with in the environment. Like that especially goes with the action adventure games. Like there's a bunch of like action adventure games that probably have really good graphics. They don't have good stuff in the game that's entertaining. Like what's going on in this area? They don't have stuff filled up. The best example would probably be like I mean, Dragon's Dogma was pretty good at this, at putting stuff just about everywhere. There's Baldur's Gate has stuff just about everywhere, and I much rather have stuff like that than like graphics where I can just see the wasteland. Because I mean, I'll look at it, but like or Elden Ring especially. There's stuff in places. My graphics don't be.
I'm about to say, but that's also one of the most visually appealing game almost ever.
But even still, that visual appeal isn't about the graphics, though. Or at least not what I'm thinking about the graphics. That visual appeal is about how they decorated the landscape, which is separate from graphics. It's like they added stuff, added a bunch of entities, a bunch of things that can happen in the screen. You can see the enemies, you can see the guidance of grace, you can see the Earth Tree. I wouldn't consider those.
Like if you peer off into the distance, if you don't look at it, like if you just look into the air and just look in a certain direction, those graphics are visually beautiful. Like I have screenshots and I've used as screensavers just from the scenery of how visually appealing it is. So I think that's one that's definitely a hybrid of amazing graphics with amazing content.
Technically, it could be for Thomas
Okay.
and Nick.
Yeah,
But it also
there's a point where it becomes a taper
no,
off.
I get it.
I
At
care
least
less
for
about
now.
more graphics, and I care more about more storyline. Elden Ring is one of the greatest games of all time. So like,
Unless I do
they probably
this.
got both, low key. Um.
It's gonna
Okay.
be weird, but I
Cool.
So I don't truly think graphics are like overrated
Mhm.
per se. I just think that it shouldn't be the selling point for your video game.
Absolutely.
That's a good. I can take that. I can take that.
Like
I
your
can take that.
trailer, there shouldn't be a dedicated point in your game trailer where you show me the comparison between this game with or without ray tracing. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if the shit looks serviceable to me, it don't take much to be serviceable to me. I still play like hella old school games and shit like that. Like some of my favorite games of all time are on the Game Boy. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I feel like there's a point where the graphics become more important than the gameplay, and that's where you lose me.
Now
Because I'm
one.
always gonna
Oh,
prefer gameplay. I play like hella JRPGs, and those are always very hit or miss graphically. But I'm here for the story, the fun combat, shit like that. I can get past the bad graphics if the characters and the story itself are good enough. I can get fully immersed in that. Like I play Fire Emblem Three Houses, and my students in that game, I feel like I'm really their teacher. The game ain't the most visually appealing game ever, but I'm so connected to the characters in the game that I'm having the same amount of fun dumping 300 plus hours into that as I would with a beautiful game that has, the most appealing landscapes ever. You feel me?
I definitely. So I thought you about to say something about. So go ahead before I say something. Go ahead. I look like you about to say something. Look like you just had an aha moment.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
huzzah!
I
Huzzah!
had one because I was trying to figure out where to like if there's a difference between graphics and style. Like some
Mm,
games have a
mm,
beautiful
mm.
style, and that's different than the graphics.
Yeah.
There is for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because
The
I
art,
feel
the
like
artistic direction.
a lot of people say Persona 5 has good graphics. It does not, but the style is fucking beautiful.
I
Yeah.
can say that about Zelda games. Zelda games more so graphics have came a long way,
Mm,
but the style of
definitely.
it is
The
what
Definitely.
makes
Definitely.
it
style of
more so
Zelda
than the
games
graphics.
have always, yes. Like Wind
It's not
Waker,
the
people
graphics,
that's one
yeah,
Wind Waker is one of the most beautiful games ever made, and it's not because of the graphics, it's because of the
it's
style.
style. Because you can compare that same style to like Ocarina of Time. Even though Ocarina of Time is like kind of still pixel, a look, it's still pixel time frame, but it's still got a good
Yeah.
style to it.
I like how you have all the
Now to really go hard into this topic again. Getting really into the visual fidelity, like the actual topic name is. And for those who don't know what visual fidelity is, for anybody that's watching and such, that is the level of realism compared to the real world in digital media and such, like games and such. So I think when it comes to specifically things like that, Hill was bringing up with the wrestling games, I think like the visual fidelity, specifically the realism versus to the real world, how
Now my question
games.
is, can you
So the new John, if you've seen the trailer for the new John Wick, that looks so
Yes.
amazingly perfect to real life. I truly thought that glass. I brought it up on
like
the stream when I was reacting to it. That looks exactly
awesome.
like a real life bottle of whiskey and a glass on the table. I could not tell the difference between a game and real life right there. That
Yes, I
looks
would make
so
it
visually
small,
amazing.
and then I would make it two for the
I
boys.
like
Uh,
ooh, like ooh. When a game looks that good,
Outhouse again.
I definitely don't say I want to trade off the performance for it. But how amazing that looks, how amazing that John Wick
Uh,
game looks. Apparently, I definitely want the good game, a good combat and such because it's John Wick, of course. I want a good game. We already know what the storyline's kind of going to be like, but the gameplay, of course, I want it to be good. But those graphics look so amazingly good that I would still get the game even if the gameplay wasn't amazing. That looks so good, I would still get the game. Like that's something where I feel like that teetered the line. And with Resident Evil 9, like I was talking about, how they made a game that looked seems
Counting
so
down.
realistic graphics wise, that's so different from the rest of the games that even if it isn't the best performing, I would still like I would feel like I would still enjoy the game because of how beautiful and how immersed I know I can get myself into the games that are that top of the line beautiful. Like specifically Resident Evil 9 and the new John Wick game, those look so realistic and so beautiful. I could take I could take those no matter if it's middle of the pack performance or not. So that's kind of
Uh,
like where I teetered that line.
I can't gaming too much of an investment now. They want 70 off
Yeah,
that
they
bitch.
want 70.
yeah, yeah. But I agree with you on that too, Freak. Because like, if you take a game that's like currently out, like a red, like a, I think John Wick might be an open world but linear type game. I take like a Red Dead Redemption 2. How great the graphics is for that game. That's why I like the story is great. Don't get me wrong, story is fucking awesome. But to go along with the out story, they gave you good graphics that's where you get immersed into where, hey, fuck it, I'm not gonna necessarily do this next mission. I'm finna go out to the snowy mountains and hunt down some wolves, you feel me? Or go to the lake and go catch fish. Or just go hunt for like actual alligators that can pop up on you in the bayou area. So like when you add that realism to where it's like that's exactly how it is, that does play a huge factor. It's just, you gotta make sure you got a good story with it though. I can
I,
appreciate it. You
I
gotta make sure you got a good story.
I agree with Freak when he talks about the trade off when it comes to genres because like with a horror game, I I want that shit to look as real as possible because the goal is for me to get scared. You feel
Hmm.
me?
Absolutely.
The
Not to
goal
break the
the goal
conversation, but Mouse is hi, everybody.
I was
No
gonna
problem now.
Hey, what's up, man?
the goal for me going to a horror game usually isn't to get the most amazing story and be crying at the end. I'm trying to
Yeah.
get scared, jump out my chair, and that's a situation where I'll trade off gameplay or storyline for better
Hmm.
graphics. And then on the flip side, there's like RPGs where some of the best RPGs that I've played aren't visually appealing at all. But the
Absolutely.
story is there, the characters are there, the combat's fun, that type shit. So I definitely
No.
feel him when he talks about the genres being different levels of, you feel me?
Indeed,
That,
indeed,
that was
indeed.
that was
Would
a
you
great,
would
great.
I I was just gonna have one question for the people that play like I would say the sporting games such as like football or like skating games. Get the wrestling there. How
Used
would you
to,
do
so
y'all
I'll
care?
still.
I'll say like do y'all care if any like how like advanced the graphics or how detailed they try to
Yeah,
be with the graphics now?
I
yes, absolutely. When it comes to sports games, absolutely.
Yes, but I don't like specifically how like I don't remember which game it was. It was between like I don't know if it was between 23 and 24. It was one of those 20 years where the only big difference was how deep like the detail of the sweat was, and it was like one more thing. Like when it comes to
I want to say
when you're just doing
424.
minute things like that, no. But overall, yes.
I think that's the same one that has the slipperiness when it's like the snow. They added like the realism of being slippery in the snow and shit. So I think that's the one you're talking
Yeah.
about.
But when it comes to sports games, I'm playing that shit to basically live out the dreams that I didn't get to live out myself. So I would like for that to look as real as possible.
Okay.
I'm on the opposite end of that. For me, I mean, granted, I'm not like, yeah, sports games. I
Hmm.
only play. They're far and few between when I play them, but I care when it comes to sports games. I care the most about style,
Mm.
and the gameplay. Like my favorite sports games gotta be like the NBA Street Series, NFL Street Series. I've been loving Rematch, and those games all have this interesting style to them. It's not necessarily the most realistic graphics where
Hmm.
you can't see like the sweat on players, and you can't see like a bunch of like how slippery the ground is. But when it comes to like sports games, I care about the style. and how they make reality even more, make reality surreal and make it more interesting. It's like the whole Demon Slayer effect, where even though there might not actually be like that visual stuff going on, where like even though there might not be water on the sword or there might not be fire on the sword, that style and that like those effects, those I like those a lot. They're
Uh,
I
really
feel you on.
information.
Mhm.
Ball, you
Depend on the type of sports games you playing.
Ball,
Yeah.
you
Sports
had
games
a
like that, I feel you. But like a licensed sports game where I'm playing that shit to be my favorite wrestler or my favorite athlete or something like that, I would like them to look the way they look in real life.
Yes, sir.
What about to say first?
Ball, you got a message directed from Mal to you. He said, "Cat, that man's a sweat at rematch." And granted, I think you're the only other nigga in here that plays rematch.
Well,
So
I think that's kind of he was
process
just
of
saying he likes
elimination.
the style, all the way that they came
I'm
from.
not dropping that money on that bitch.
Mhm.
Oh,
No, no comment.
mhm.
Y'all got y'all.
I
It's
was
okay.
I was going to say I'm the same way when it comes to my sports game. Like it just depends. Like for example, like if it's a skating game, I'm not mad at a kind of realistic skating game like skates. You feel me? I'm not mad at that. I'll play that to no ends today. But I like the style of Tony Hawk and what you can do in it. So it just, like I said, depends because I'm not mad at an NFL blitz. That is not a stereotypical, realistic type football game or the slugfest. If anybody ever plays slugfest, I'm okay with those being licensed league games, but not being realistic. But I still like the arcadiness of it. The only one I just don't like that much is like an NBA Jam, but I do like NBA Street. So I have my tipping point. I have my tipping points. So yeah.
My bad. My bad. My bad, nigga. I just looked. I just looked in the. I just looked in the chat. I just looked in the chat,
On the topic of skating, see, this is where the style really matters to me. Jet Set Radio, I still would go
Oh
back and
yeah.
play. That got
Oh
a
yeah.
signature style that even if like it might be old, I still go back and play that. The style, the music, all that. Mm.
That has to me that has an evergreen type feel because you can. I feel like you play that today. It still feel like refreshing and new, even just because it's like you said the style of it.
Style lasts forever. It feels like, and graphics they kind of age out.
well, I imagine that nigga just sitting there lost in a motherfucker just listening, boy.
Shit.
Crazy nigga can't read context clues and see what the fuck topic we on. God damn, that shit crazy.
I
God
think I
damn.
said everything I wanted to say about this topic.
Indeed.
Thanks,
Same.
man. Oh shit, that was funny. Oh shit.
Fucking
Yeah,
over
I
it.
think that's everything for me too.
Oh, moving on and things like that. Uh, what is or next topic being the most immersive game worlds ever created? What makes a world feel alive? NPC routines, environmental storytelling, or reactive systems?
I got three Rockstar games I want to get out the way. One is Bully. Two, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and three, Red Dead Redemption 2. Those are like the three most immersive like games that get you in there to where you get in deep with Bully because you're a kid. It makes you feel like you're an actual kid in school, just doing what you're doing, being a bully and shit. San Andreas, could be wrong, but it's like one of the first times you get to modify your character when you actually do stuff like go to the gym and do workouts. If you work out enough, CJ will become strong, or if you eat enough and don't work out, he will become fat. And all the other skills of driving and or shooting, things of that nature. And then Red Dead Redemption, same kind of shit. It's more better update graphics, and you got hunting and all the other skills that come along with it.
Can you? Yeah, I feel that. I think the major factor when it comes to immersion has to be consequences.
Hmm.
Like I gotta play when I play a game, I expect there to be consequences for each of my actions, like good consequences, bad consequences. Um, a
Consequence.
good example of that would have to be like Dishonored. Dishonored is one
Ooh.
of those things where each thing that you do matters. Where like, oh, you killed that guy, that's gonna be another dead body on the street. That's another rat that's gonna come get you. That's another dark and stormy day. And at a certain point, it changes how you're viewed by other people, and how your story ends just by each person that you kill. Like you knock off, you can choose to knock them out, or you can choose to just like kill them so they can't get up, and then that has really hard consequences. Um, or when it comes to interacting with NPCs, sometimes you get those NPCs where you bump into them and they just right and keep walking, and there's also those other NPCs that like you can't be you can't bump into them like that. They might pull out something to try to beat you with it, or they might call the police. They might do this, that, and the third. It has to be for me like the consequences of what I'm doing and how well it reacts to what I do. Like if it reacts to what I'm doing, it's top tier immersion for me. Um, yeah, it
That
goes
goes
top
back to
tier
say that I
immersion.
just did just
That
because
that's
that's what
that's I think that's definitely top two. That's definitely top two elements that make that account for how immersive a game can be for me. Definitely reactive system. But one
Yeah.
game I'd say, game I say
Mm-hmm.
all time, Last of Us, one of the best games of all time. Last of Us doesn't even have. They don't have complex NPCs. They don't have a complex reactive system besides throwing a bottle and making somebody walk away so you can sneak past. Like, they don't have a super complex reactive system, but the scenery and the storytelling is so amazing that I feel like I'm playing a movie, and that has me immersed. The game is such a good game just without just in its most basic form. The game is such an amazing story and setting that I'm immersing that it has me fully immersed into the game. That's it. No complex NPCs. The NPCs are the most NPCs got to be the most nigga standard of the mill NPCs that you'll find. Like, oh, what is that? Hey, you! Like literally the most standard NPCs. Not a reaction, but the storytelling is so beautiful that it makes like I'm playing a movie. I feel like I'm playing a movie. If a game can do that for me, I'm in. I'm locked in. I'm immersed.
A few
For
things to
for
knock off.
me,
Oh, my fault.
okay,
A few things.
okay.
Rose said her listing of Elden Ring, Skyrim, Fable, Sims, and Inzoi, which is technically what Sims
For
2.0.
sure.
She also included Baldur's Gate 3, Telltale's The Walking Dead, Detroit Become Human, and if a game can make her cry, is a 10 out of 10 for her. As well as my throwing the pick of the litter, Ghost of Tsushima. If anybody has played that game, if you ever do unhonorable things such as using technically just becoming a ninja for real and not sticking to your samurai roots, if you ever pay attention to the weather does change depending on if you're doing honorable or dishonorable things.
You'll see it. Uh, but a big part of immersion for me in the video game is the NPCs. So not only how they act, but the character behind them. Like one of my favorite games of all time is Final Fantasy 15. And one of my favorite things to do in Final Fantasy 15 is sit in the car and just drive and listen to the conversations that these childhood friends have together because they've been friends forever. And shit like that draws me into the game, it draws me into their lives, and I feel like I'm a part of it. Like the NPCs are a huge part of the immersion for a video game for me because I play a lot of RPGs. Like that, like I said, with Fire Emblem Three Houses, you play as a teacher in that, and my students are like they all have different personalities. They all have different goals that I'm supposed to help them achieve through my class, shit like that. So NPCs are huge for me. I also agree with the consequences because one game that was insanely immersive because of the consequences, the original Assassin's Creed,
Mm-hmm.
where Motherfuckers will put your name, put your face on a poster. You'll be walking through a populated area just chilling. You ain't did no bullshit. You just chilling. Motherfuckers see your face after looking at that poster. Like, hey, that's him. You gotta walk around ripping posters
Hmm.
down. Hold on. Hold on. Whoa. Can't be seeing my
That
face.
that reminds me low key of well, both of Red Dead 1 and 2. Because if you have, like y'all been talking about that morality like scale that some games have, they both have that to where if you're a good cowboy, you got the white hat, but if you're bad, you turn red. And then on most instances, if you're bad enough, when you go into towns because you're known as a bad cowboy, the police are already on your ass. You can't go in that town until you get some better morale. You feel me? And then on top of that, I don't know how many people played this game or these games, or if you ever played both True Crimes, LA and New York, it has that same complexity with
I did the
like
second.
Rockstar type games because the NPCs they could be randomly doing shit, and you're a police officer in both games. So you could be just like really say, when I played that game, I would just be driving. I said one time, fuck it. I had LA streets of LA. I said, fuck it, I'm finna drive to Bel Air. While driving to Bel Air, I'm getting police police calls about drive-bys or somebody getting robbed or some type of crime going on, or I just get bored and just pat somebody down. Oh, I found a gun on them. Guess what? I get bonus points for being a good cop. But if I just go around just killing motherfuckers and have cops kill me, all my shit gonna go down. I could be into the negatives, and that does affect the story a little bit because you can't do certain things until you get a good cop rating in a sense.
For me, it's definitely big on NPC and big on set pieces. And by set pieces, I mean the environment, the people present there, the sounds you hear, the music that's played. Like
Mm,
like if you're playing like an adventure type game, you walk into a cave and you hear the
mhm.
water drip from the cave and hit the ground, shit like that, top tier.
I would say,
When
oh, go ahead, drop.
Mhm. No, yeah. When I was playing Injustice One, I was pretty sad, and it was really emotional when nigga Superman killed Shazam, because I because Shazam is one of my favorite heroes, and he's a little kid at the same time. So knowing that and Superman doing that at the same time was really hurtful, and it was really impactful towards the story. Because when I didn't see him in Injustice Two, I was like, damn.
Another thing that kind of another how do I want to say so like Elden Ring, for example. I feel like one of the biggest things that makes Elden Ring so immersive is the fact that you make your own path for how you want to play that game, and I think that's what makes it. I think that's another element that could make a game very immersive is
Benjamin.
you set the tone for how your story you set the tone for how your story plays in Elden Ring. I think that I feel like you making your own path and kind of like your own story about how you play the game can make it very immersive by not having a true direction.
We can't use the kitchen. Well, I have a kitchen.
Now, but that was also a bold thing because not many games can pull that off.
Mhm.
So I think that's a bold move that played off, and I think they did it very well.
I would say one sporting game that kind of pulled off that immersive atmosphere is Skate in a sense because it made you through not necessarily the NPCs or just like having like how other ones have like you bad this happens or bad that happened. It more so puts you in the perspective of like, all right, you're trying to make it as a skater. So once you do your photo shoot, you get to pick which shot is gonna go on the magazine. You get to pick how the placement goes for the trick that you're doing. And the NPCs they do have, so you got cops, how people want to try to knock out skateboard and stuff like that. So skate it's immersive, but not in like the sense that we've been talking. But if you ever played it, you understand what I'm saying because you finally hit a trick for the magazine, and now you get to pick a dope ass dope ass like frame from the picture that you did from the trick that you took 15 minutes trying to land. And you know what I'm saying? And you like, God damn, I did all this for this, but you look at it, you be like, damn, it was worth it though.
Low key, um, I think in like a one an immersive system, like which is a lot of people don't talk about it that much. I don't know if everybody has it enabled, but like the haptic feedback that you can get on controllers, like the vibrations. I know PlayStation was really good with like hold having to hold the controller still, or like you could hear certain effects come from your controller. You could feel the
And
vibration.
fucking at the end of Until Dawn when you had to do that shit,
Yeah,
nigga, the sweat pouring from my palms, gang.
yeah, that's a lock in.
PlayPalms.net.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Those lock in moments for me, where it's like it's not just about what I'm seeing on the screen. Now I'm connected, where like it's about what I'm doing, like how my body feel.
You
Or
know me. Hey, let me add something to that real quick. You feel me? You feel me? Because I always gotta plug it in when I see an outlet. You feel me? The dog slick underscore freaky. You feel me on Twitch? You feel me? He be streaming and shit. 'Cause that's my guy. You feel me? He been playing the motherfucking Quiet Plays game.
I was just about to bring that
That
bitch up next
shit.
too.
That shit is crazy. This motherfucker breathed a little too hard in the mic and he get murdered.
Not even that. Not,
Hmm,
not even
breathing,
that.
Nick.
Not even that. You can unpause the game. Don't move a muscle that much. Still get fucked up. Yeah,
Not
it's still my
honestly,
favorite clip.
that shit is crazy.
I
That shit is
just
crazy,
seen
man.
some egregious death in that stream.
Nick, did I just catch
My
you
man came
breathing,
back
getting
from
good
a
air in your lungs? Hmm?
Now, but to add on to the couple, that was something I'm literally about to get into next. Because one way that game really makes it immersive to me, like I don't know, as opposed to playing on controller, by playing on mouse and keyboard, you have to actually like how you would pull a door open. So you like move your hand back. That's what you have to move the mouse backwards to open doors. You have to like lift the lock up and then slide it to the right. You have to actually move your mouse in that direction. Like those little bitty things right there make the game so much more immersive because it feels like I'm the one that's actually doing it. So I feel like those little mechanics add so much, especially to a horror game. Adds
mm,
so much depth and immersion to the game to me. Just those little minute details.
those
um
complexity.
speaking speaking of those, I know we talked about like up in the graphics discussion earlier a few minutes ago, but like Saints Row 2, how it may look cartoonish, but it does have realistic things that makes me immersed into it. Like say for instance, you go to the liquor, they got liquor stores. You go to the liquor stores, you buy you a 40, you drink you about 1 to 2 good 40s, the screen gets all wobbly and blurry like you're actually drunk. You're just not like drinking the drink. You get drunk, or you know, you go get fried. You gonna be fried. The character is gonna be fried as hell. And if you do both, you're gonna be woozy then fried, and one's gonna wear, the other one's still gonna be there. So I like that's why I love Saints Row to death because of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's cartoonish in a sense, but it does get me immersed enough to where like, damn, okay, I fuck with this. On top of like all the odd side missions you can do in that motherfucker that makes it feel realistic, from the driving service to the insurance scams.
Yeah, it's also gotta be how this might sound very vague when I say it, but it's about how the game if the game's really able to get me to lock in.
Yeah,
Like those lock in moments are the obviously the moments of like deepest immersion, and that has to deal with like how complex the game systems are. Sometimes Animal Crossing might be one of those moments where you don't really have to, like, it's not challenging your reactions or anything like that, but you still have to be, you still get immersed in things like Animal Crossing. But it's
with the
really about
environment.
how much I can get and
Yeah,
focus on something. Like, how well is a game able to keep my focus, or how much focus does it require in order to play and still have fun? It's that whole flow state. How frequently does it get me inside of flow?
flow, flow,
I'm saying having
Uh,
having a lock in does make you more immersed. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause,
oh
you
yeah,
know what I'm saying? You definitely because not only. you're just so much more in tune with everything when you're locked in. So I feel
Um,
like that immersion almost becomes automatic.
Yeah. Horror games are really
uh,
good with it.
yeah,
Yes.
they are
Good horror games are good with it.
good horror game. A horror
And
game
and
with
shooters.
decision too. Oh yeah.
And shooters,
Facts,
depending on what
facts.
shooter you're playing. Not gonna lie.
Your decisions that have outcome on the games. Yeah, like yeah, job that fact that's top tier immersion right there. Top tier
Top
immersion.
tier.
Oh,
Another
those
Uh,
time decisions, the time
mhm.
based one, this
Yeah.
where you got
Decisions in general.
uh,
Just decisions in general, because you can never know what's gonna
But
happen
time
next.
decisions definitely.
yeah, I mean decisions in general, but those time based ones, you can't afford not to be locked in. Like
But
you say the wrong thing in some of these games, especially Detroit Become Human. It's raps. Connor died again.
Also,
uh,
just to add another thing in there, one like another. I feel like talking about with decisions. You know, it's not really a decision. I don't even know why I said speaking of decisions, but one of the first games to do it, God of War with this quick time event, with this quick time action, the quick time
hmm
events. That I think that dramatically increased the immersiveness for that game for me personally, because how they did that and how you killed certain enemies and certain bosses with the quick time actions or with a Asura's Wrath. Like how you did like how you did push buttons at certain time to make certain things happen. Like that definitely increased immersion because adding to what Blah said about locking in. I mean that just adds just a whole other that just adds a whole extra element to a game that wouldn't normally be there. Normally you just be watching, but actually pressing buttons that lead to the action that you're seeing. While it, like I don't know that's definitely a big way for me to get immersed. And shout out to God of War for being one of those first games that did that.
Nah, you're
speaking to
absolutely
those
right.
Especially,
immersive, my bad. Drop.
no, you good. I was gonna say, especially them Dragon Ball games where you have to try to move your analog stick around. It's just try to when you're in a beam class or something.
tragic.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Shout out
yeah.
to those beam flashes, boy. Broke hella analog because of that shit.
Broke
What?
it.
But
Speaking of that,
my shit was caved in. A lot of my analog I caved in, nigga.
hey yo,
What
To
about
speaking
take
of
away?
that, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, I think is the one
Mm.
where like those cut scenes where like they got all this the
Two and
music, they
three
got
too.
hmm?
I think wasn't it 2 and 3 or was it all on four?
Right.
Yeah, yeah. One of them was really going crazy though. One of them was really going crazy. We had the button mashing
Oh
scenes and
no.
about
I,
God, what the fuck you got
how
going on?
many successful quick time events you
Nah.
did.
I think he thought you was doing the. I think he thought you was doing the clocking.
Yeah.
I think that's why he was laughing.
I need you to get out. I need you to get out your house a little bit more. Just a tad bit. Just a little bit more.
Oh my god.
um,
Granted,
Malak
quick
said
time
lock
events.
in. My bad.
I
My
was say
bad, friend.
quick time events in Naruto have been a thing ever since Ultimate Ninja Storm 1, uh, and whatnot. The thing about it is that uh,
Mm.
I personally would think on down the line of quick time events or whatnot, the ones that were really the outstanding ones, in my opinion, that's just me. Most definitely would have to be 1 and 2. I'm not mad about 3 and 4, but I do think they took a step back in regards to it, cause one was it was that setting stone one of let's test out something that a Naruto game hasn't done or an anime game hasn't done and let's see how it does, and it worked. Then two really did perfect it. I think when it got to three,
Polished it.
it wasn't as top notch as it was in the previous games. In terms of, I'm not saying that it took a step back, but you don't run into it as often. It was very like if it wasn't like the main canonical fights that happen, you just wasn't gonna see it. You'll have like that boss moment section, and that would really be it. But other than like what Naruto and Sasuke after the Danzo fight, uh, Naruto versus Obito when he had the war mask on, that's really all I can remember for real in terms of it. But you go back to two, you had Naruto versus Pain fight, Six Tails Naruto versus Pain fight, Naruto versus Orochimaru, Naruto versus Sasuke the first time that they meet, Jiraiya versus Pain. Like you had a decent amount of lineups to where they went all out. Four, again, it was mainly like those big segment moments. Did they do good in terms of what they were able to produce? Yeah, of course. I'm not gonna deny it. But in hindsight, how I felt about it, especially someone who just replayed it for, because trying to get something popping for filler episodes and shit like that. Um, Me personally, uh, it was cool doing the Madara versus Hashirama fight and things like that, but I do think they tried to go more so like the safe route because before in Storm 2, you messed up a quick time event. That they show the effects of, oh, you messed up or you hit the wrong button or you didn't get to it quick
Yeah.
enough in time. Like they show what would happen if you messed up of if you were Sasuke trying to do the keyring and stuff like that and you didn't pull it off, Itachi would pop up, slice the neck real quick, call it a day.
Oh, like
Versus
the what ifs.
yeah, versus like if you just mess up in like Storm 4, cool, you don't get the points
You
with
don't
it.
get,
the
yeah,
the, the effect was
the
still
hit.
it would still play
Right.
out normally. You just don't get like that secret factor stuff. And so like Storm 2, you really had to your health was low. That was the only way you were recovering HP. There was no ifs, ands, or
Yep.
buts about it. You had to
Right,
lock in and
right.
hit them bitches.
You gotta
You
get out the mud.
Mm.
Facts.
but things like Storm 4, like I said, it I understand CC2 does have to take different directions when it comes to newer games because you don't want to repeat the same process all across the board because you still want to keep that fresh, innovative feel to it. But when it came to quick time events, like I said, Storm 1, Storm 2 will always be the top rated ones in my opinion. Everybody can feel different. I do feel like Storm 3 was very much the lackluster one amongst the grouping, while Storm 4 was always the safe one and things like that. But Storm 2, hands down, best one. Storm 1 most definitely set the tone for it and stuff. Even when you go to like Dragon Ball Z, when you do like Ultimate Tenkaichi, like that series altogether, even if you want to include Ultimate, fuck Ultimate, but include it as well. Even when they have like the little cutscene moments, if when the R3 popped up on the screen and they'll do like the little cutscene and stuff like that that took like directly from the anime moments and things like that. I would say that was also a stepping stone. Ultimate Tenkaichi did try to improve on that, but I ain't gonna lie, Ultimate Tenkaichi was ass. That's what I tell you.
What the rock paper scissors thing?
Rock paper scissors. I would also say things like the actual quick time events where you had to precisely get like the button inside the prompt and stuff like that. It was just like you missed it by a sliver of it,
Trash
you
that
get
they
hit.
did.
If you a little bit too early, you get hit. If it's not 100% in line with it, it could be like 99.9% of it. Gotta do that bitch all over again. And then you constantly take damage off of it. Shit was whack. To throw
Uh,
my hat in the ring real quick, um,
mm,
to include things like Infamous and Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom
hey,
Pain, to where your choices do reflect how the character looks, like them subtle details. In terms of in the Infamous series, if you recall, if you were good or evil, if you were more evil, you saw Cole turn into kind of like that evil, sinister look, having like the different color lightning on him. His skin looked like it started to deteriorate. Skin color changed and whatnot. He looked kind of more on the sinister look and stuff like that. And then the Phantom Pain, if you were just killing people without really like any real reason behind it, like if it wasn't just and you start killing people, the metal shrapnel that is in technically Snake's head, it grows like a horn. And then as it grows as a horn, you start getting blood covered all over your face that you can't wash off. So that means your stealth kind of does get hit, but then you become a lot more feared amongst like the people that you recruit and stuff like that. Subtle things like that to where it does play a part on how the world views you. Because in Infamous, if you were evil Cole or and things like that, people would be more afraid of you, try to attack you. a lot more often to rock stuff like that compared to if you're a good Cole. People may like leave you alone if they just hated you because you're a powered super person. Then that's one thing. But other than that, people were like, "Oh my God, thank you for saving us," and da 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 da, and actually praise you on it. And then in Metal Gear Solid, to where it's like people generally respect you. Hey, like appreciate you, buddy. Hey, you, boss, what's up? Hey, one day you gotta teach me how to swallow real quick. Ooh, things like that. That's all I gotta say.
Uh, back to
Yeah,
a blog,
that'd be-
talk about locking in. It's these. I think I'm gonna say four. Make sure I'll make sure it's four. But these are like four movie games. I mean, by movie games, you see these at movie theaters or arcades that make you lock in because of the setting that you're in. One, Time Crisis. It's always going to be a good immersive game to play in arcade or movie. Two, House of Dead. Three, I believe it was Need for not Need, yeah, I think it was Need for Speed. The car, I think that was a car racing game. And four, Big Game Hunter. Those four right there in an arcade setting always got you immersed, even though that's not a console game, but those games in general always got me immersed into the game, especially House of Dead, because they will have it
mm.
blacked off to where there's good seating, where you have to sit in a booth, same way for Time Crisis. So those four, and I'm gonna throw also any like of the motorcycle games because it gives you the feel of getting on an actual motorcycle when you have to turn side to side, when you got to
Lean
do
left
a
and right.
turn. Yeah. So like those arcade slash movie games, those are some great immersive games, but they're not console games. I want to make sure I
Yeah.
give them some love.
So I'm gonna add on to what you were saying, and I'm gonna go with the point I was about to say. But specifically with that time crisis, I think that was truly one of the first. I brought this up before in one of the podcasts. But I think that's truly one of the first immersive games that I like. Truly, first immersive game I ever played. The fact that they had the step pedal, and to
Mm-hmm.
duck behind cover, you had to step on that pedal. And a lot of times while I was doing that, I was actually ducking IRL because I
Mm-hmm.
was so locked in and doing it. Like I definitely
Because
think that was one of the first immersive games ever that I played. Shout out to Time Crisis at movie theaters and arcade, like you were saying. And then House of the Dead, how you had to shoot off the screen to reload and stuff like that.
mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, true immersion right there. Shout out to those games. Yeah, in fact, give them love. But another thing I was gonna say is like survival games in general. Their point is to get you immersed in those survival games, and I think one of the most important things is uh that get you immersed is like the realism, but like specifically like having to eat, drink, sleep. I feel like those things definitely get, even though it's the most basic things. Like that was one of the first precursors when it comes to getting invested and immersed into a game. I think that's something that truly gets me immersed, and even like adding even further with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, something I only played a little bit of that I still want to get back into. How you even have to clean yourself. I feel like stuff I like that true stuff like you're truly living that person's life. I feel like truly gets you immersed. Shout out to survival games that actually puts the effort and time into adding minute mechanics that make you feel like you're part of the character.
I agree with that. I want to add on, kind of taking that same wave. Two examples with that. Probably like the Forest. Forest is one of the
Yep.
games that I can't really play like that unless I'm in high spirits. Like I gotta like I gotta be in a special mood to play the Forest. And it's something about survival games where if they just got it all, they got it all in. Like it's all there. It's the simple things that you don't realize that play effect. Like the let's just go with the day and night cycles. Like there's a nighttime in the forest, and in
Day
the
and night.
nighttime, that shit is dark. That shit is freaky. That shit is scary. Where you see those little people in the woods trying to get you, eat your, cannibalize, whatever. They got shit where it's the rain, where the rain starts changing stuff. Where oh shit, now I waited through the night, inside of my hut so I wouldn't get attacked. Oh, but shit, now it's raining fuck, if I go out there, my character's gonna get wet and I'm gonna have to deal with stuff. Like, it's gonna be hard to start a fire. I gotta do this, that, and the third because it's wet. I don't want to get cold at night because this happened. Oh fuck! But if I don't go out there and get something, I'm not gonna have food for tomorrow. Like shit like that in the forest, we going crazy. But that's like an all survival game thing where they have those day and night cycles and the weather and how that impacts you and the enemies and stuff like that. And then there's also crazy example. Well, not crazy, but not everybody's here for it. But like Minecraft is also a pretty immersive game despite the graphics. Like if Minecraft had better graphics, it would also be immersive like the forest. And even without those graphics, it is because like again those day and night cycles where like that first day on the Minecraft Earth, like you need to have a place to stay that night or like you're gonna have a rough time. Like it is scary you're not when you're just doing something and you hear that fuck like that
I
shit
don't
is
like
scary.
Minecraft, but I do like that Minecraft, like that survival version of the Minecraft or whatever that version of Minecraft is. I actually do like Minecraft. I've never
Yeah,
played it myself.
like
That
that's
actually
base
that actually
Minecraft.
do
That's
what?
that's what is that's what base Minecraft. There's a bunch of mods and stuff where it starts to get away from the survival aspects. But base Minecraft, you gotta survive. You gotta plant crops. You gotta make sure you don't step on your crops because then they won't grow. You gotta take care of the soil. You gotta make sure there's water near it. You gotta eat every once in a while or you'll starve to death. Um, it's a bunch of different features where like that survival mechanic is super immersive. Or survival games are very immersive.
Yeah, yeah.
I always say that with that type of like that survival thing you and Freak were talking about, I play the game a little bit, not a lot, but you could throw Primal into that kind of category too. You're saying it gets you well immersed to where, like you said, that night and day shift because at nighttime you gotta find some fire or you'll be pretty much fucked because that means the animals are gonna come out there and they're gonna hunt you because you ain't got no fire and you can't stay warm and things of that nature. So I'd like those Primal in that category as well.
Absolutely. Oh, Don't Starve Together. Have y'all heard of that game?
Indeed.
No.
That's one of those games where the graphics ain't super crazy, but I'm still immersed because when nighttime comes, I gotta be ready. It can't rain, or again that whole cold thing. Or sometimes if you're just in like the desert at night, you'll end up getting cold. If you're in the desert during the day, you'll end up burning if you don't have the right clothes. Shit like that is really cool. Is how the environment and the weather really you got to consider things before you go places. It's not like that typical action adventure thing where it don't you wearing like you wearing barbarian clothes in the snow biome and you don't have you're not a barbarian at all. It's different. I fuck with that a lot.
Lego Lego Fortnite was like that too. Like
The Lego Fortnite was supposed to be Fortnite's Minecraft, so makes sense.
start burning in there. Yeah, you in the cold. Yeah, you start breathing.
Quick time events, NPC, complex NPCs, amazing stories like Last of Us, environmental storytelling slash no direction like Elden Ring, survival. Yeah, no, those I think those are like five of the main things that truly get you immersed into a game.
Don't forget the cause and effect.
Forget cause and effect and decision based games. Can't forget those too. Shout out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Until Dawn and Heavy Rain and Detroit Becomes Human and Mass Effect. Can't forget those four that are like the pinnacle and pioneers of that decision making game based shit.
Cool. I don't know if
And I think that's all I got right there. That's all I got on that.
oh, we got about a smooth what 14. Still got a topic left
And
for
like,
real.
mm-hmm.
I ain't got much on this
We can probably knock it
Definitely
out. Uh,
can.
last topic of the night. the rise of cozy horror and atmospheric fear. How slower psychological horror differs from jump scare heavy design.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the horror addict of the group. You know what I'm saying? Throwing one of my pieces. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Of course, I do feel that even though people say they get tired of it, blah, 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 I will always feel jump scare horror is arguably the best horror games. I feel like I feel like it's hard to scare me, and I don't really fall for many jump scares. So a game that can set me up well and hit me with a jump scare, I will always think that's top tier horror games in a good story. But the slow the slow psychological horrors, I think those are really good, especially now. I think like even coming to nowadays, I think you do need good graphics for those. Personally, this is why I come into the graphics conversation again. I think the slow atmospheric horrors, you do need good graphics because I feel like you truly need to get immersed into that. And I feel like you need that true immersion so you can really put yourself and like really open your mind up to the game you're playing. I feel like graphics help in that regard. And games like I don't even know what example I want to use. I don't. Oh, there's a couple examples. I don't know which example specifically, but games that like when you done playing them, you still think about that, or if you're like sitting if you're just sitting there in a dark area, or something from a game makes you think, what if that can be right there? I feel like that appeal right there to those games that makes like the lingering after effect of those psychological games make them such an appeal to get away from that jump scare that's like that one moment, that fleeting moment. There we go. That's the word, the fleeting moment type of horror game. I think that's the biggest appeal there because they leave more of an impression than just a jump scare that you see and just walk away from.
Uh,
Lasting impression that those leave on you. Majority of the time, at least. Some of the time, at least.
as someone who generally doesn't dibble and dabble into horror, but I do watch a lot of people play horror and things like that. Closest thing I played to horror was the Death Space remake. Um, I think it's more so, in my opinion. Uh, One, it can vary, but two, I think it's more so the feel of the atmosphere that gives the horror of fearing the unexpected versus getting hit with cliche jump scares or jump scares in general, because it fits the vibe of it. Meaning that being, let's say, what was it, Blair Witch Project, being someone who is going into the forest with a camcorder and stuff like that, you don't know what to expect while being in the forest, which could actually give you that real feeling of, if I was this individual going into a forest late at night and the only thing that I have on me is a camera and my dog, how would I feel? Which a lot of times will give you that weird hair standing on the back of your neck type of feeling because you don't know what to expect or what could happen. Versus, obviously, you playing something, a game that is known for having jump scares and things like that, to where you're expecting a jump scare to happen at some point. Um, if you look at Bioshock, for example, I think Bioshock 1, uh, that is classified as a horror game, but more so a horror thriller in the sense of you're going to a place that you're not familiar with crazy psychos that can show up at any given time at the moment, and the most that you got is powers and the guns. Sounds like, oh, well, I can't be scared about that. But then it's the idea of you don't know who's going to pop up, when they're going to pop up, even though you have these things, if you're only viewing it from the character's point of view. You don't know who's behind you, who's following you, who's around the corner. I think there was like one puzzle type area to where it's like you're in a doctor's office and you have to unlock like a safe, and as soon as you go in there, the door closes, but it's just you by yourself. Search around, do what you have to do. You realize that the temperature is getting lower in the room, but it's nothing for you to worry about because it's not doing anything to you. But it's weird because you're not. You're wondering, well, why are these things happening when I'm the only one in the room? You solve the puzzle, and the room fills up with steam, or there's like a mist, steam, smoke type of situation, and boom, pop out in front of you is an enemy. You're not going to be prepared for that. That's going to catch you off guard because you're expecting something to happen during the moments beforehand and not after you complete everything you're ready to dip out. Um, when I was playing Dead Space and yeah, when I was playing Dead Space, granted, I know the aspect of Dead Space is there's always monsters around the corner. It's a matter about when they're going to show up and how many are going to show up. Dead Space got me a lot of times. I'm not gonna lie to you. It got me a good number of times. So it spooked me because I don't know what's gonna pop out, where it's gonna pop out from. I just know I'm on a ship with undead corpses that are aggressively enough to kill me. Some pop out the vent. Some don't even pop out the vent and just come up behind you. You go into a room. Steve and all his minions is waiting to snuff you over yonder. But you forgot about Bob, who's up in the vent, who's about to come down on you. You got Alien Isolation.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know what Alien's about. The movie's been popular for years at this point. But to be in the aspect of you're in a spaceship by yourself, well, not necessarily by yourself, but by yourself in regards to you traveling and stuff like that. And the one thing you have to worry about is an alien that could, or a xenomorph that could pop out from the ceiling, walk through doors, come through vents, just like you can. Only difference is the only thing that tells you about its location is a good radar that it can hear and pick up on and will hunt you down to the ends of the earth. It will check under tables and cabinets if it feels like you're there, or go by lockers and just listen to see if you're breathing or not. Just to snatch the locker open and stuff like that.
That's the one that feels like the most terrifying. Like that is that Alien Isolation one. Isn't that the one that has the AI that like learns from where it was where you were last type deal?
Yeah,
Where
the harder the difficulty is, the more advanced it would be. So the harder it is for you to trick it. So if you make even the slightest mistakes of running too fast, walking a very long duration of time, thinking that you're going to throw an alarm and hide it, it will track back to, okay, well, the alarm came from generally this direction because it wasn't over there before. If you open the door, it's like, okay, well, I peeped the door open. Well, let me go see what's over there. Go through a vent. Hey, that vent didn't make noise last time. Let me pop through. So the same ways that you tricked it before, you can't trick it again because it's gonna know exactly what to do. You can shoot a fire.
Yeah, you definitely were cooking right there. It's that fear of the unknown is definitely that big difference set aside from jump scares and that games. Yeah, it's games that truly that a lot of games that truly build that mental tension. I
Indeed.
guess I would say more so that the eeriness and the uneasiness that you feel is I think is what makes those slow burn atmospheric horror psychological games a bit. So like Silent Hill is one of those. Silent Hill movie from from the mid 2000s to go along with the games that is based off of, no, I say based off of, to go along with the games like are like top tier. And of course they have jump scares. I think that's why the Silent Hill genre can keep going for 2 decades at this point, because they found a beautiful balance between jump scares, mixing in jump scares with its base of psychological horror, slow burn psychological horror that builds such uneasiness with an eerie feeling the whole time. Like you never
But
know what's gonna happen. You never know when or what's gonna happen because of how eerie the whole thing. It plays on your mind the whole time.
uh, with both
Oh,
though,
dust.
with both,
yeah.
I want to say
Yes,
with
I
both
think Silent Hill
those.
does an amazing. My bad, but I think Silent Hill does an amazing. I think Silent Hill is like one of those top tier games when it comes to building that unease and tension. And I'll go in Until Dawn as well. Comes to truly building that unease and tension. And I think the best horror games are doing. I think the best horror games are the games that can blend the two together. Because I feel like I'm gonna always need a bit of a jump scare. I feel like atmospheric horror does do still do have jump scares in there. They just don't rely on them. I think that's the thing. You can't your horror game can't rely on jump scares. You have to have them, but it can't be its main focus and rely on it.
Factual.
Uh, I would say with both these, they play deeply into certain parts of that psychological fear that we have that is not as it's like we don't think about it
Mm,
as much, but when we
mm,
play it, those get heightened the most. Like when Fresh was saying about uh Bioshock. Yes, we don't we don't see not see necessarily we don't know what's gonna happen, but we have that comfortability of just having that gun, knowing hey, we can at least bullet somebody down with it, but not knowing what we're gonna run into is the fear. And like with I would say with the Quiet Place, the game Freak has been playing lately, that plays on like, dang, I can't do nothing. I have to legit be quieter than a church mouse to get through some things. And as you've seen with if you've seen some of Free's gameplay, that you really can't do nothing. It stresses you out mentally to where like what can I do at this point?
uh, to go along with that and Outlast, which is that first of those, like one of the first of those games where you can't do anything but sneak around the whole time. There is no fighting back. You literally just sneak around the whole time. That
Defenseless with a camera.
facts. Yeah, your weapon is a fucking camera. In fact, I feel like that truly shout out to Outlast. That's like truly one of the first games of that type of thing that really got that genre popular, in my opinion. Like one of the first that got the genre popular besides Silent Hill. That those set, even though there's jump scares, it sets the tone with such eeriness and such an unease that you can't escape the whole time. Like you can't get that unease away from you the whole time you're playing because you never know what's gonna happen next. You know that like just like with jump scare games that rely on it, you know there's gonna be a jump scare, but it's like the unease of anything can happen and you can't do anything about it. After that I think that those type of games play on your psychological, like your psyche the most. Is the fact that you know something's gonna happen, you can't do anything about it, so you're just walking through tiptoeing on eggshells type thing. I feel like those are the games that hit the hardest, and I think that's why Outlast is one of the scariest games of all time, voted by majority of people. I think that's why Quiet Place, even, and randomly, I've talked to a lot of people. A lot of people don't even know there's a Quiet Place game. I've talked to a lot of TikTok streamers and that specialize in horror, and 90% of people didn't even know there's a Quiet Place game out there. So for all y'all that are watching that don't know, that Quiet Place game is top tier. It is one of my favorite horror games of all time already, and halfway through the game, and it is one of the best horror games out. Gotta throw that out.
Oh, um, as somebody who doesn't play a lot of horror games, uh, I'm gonna offer what I can here, and the only horror games I really play are like the goofy and funny ones with the homies. So like Repo, that is a co-op horror game that is actually fucking hilarious. Um, and I'm not sure it's a horror game, but it doesn't quite feel like horror because of the comedic moments. Like I'm not sure. Like I was surprised to know that it was considered a horror game, despite how funny it feels, and how goofy it looks. Lethal Company is also one of those games that I play. That's I think it's technically considered horror, but it's really just it's always a comedy or a laugh. Um, I think for me, I like those games a lot more. Can play those and be cool. Like even though it's like it has those scary moments where I gotta run and hide under the couch or under the desk from the guy, and I gotta be real quiet, or I'll get shot by the dude with the shotgun. It's a horror game, but it's not. It doesn't have the same level uh, of trauma associated with like some of the other horror games. Um, I'm curious to know how you guys feel about that, especially you freaks, since you play the psychological and like the more jump scare horror games. How do you feel about the more comedic and light-hearted horror games?
I don't consider those horror me personally. I feel like those are games with horror themes that are based around something else.
Mm, Okay, so you don't even consider those in like the genre of horror. Do you
Not
think
necessarily
there?
no.
You think there's like a comedic horror, like that is a possible sort of genre? I know it seems like those kind of like contradict each other, but I
I
feel
mean,
like
shit like Scary Movie exists, and that's supposed to be like the original of comedic horror. So I mean, like, I think it is. I think it could possibly be a thing, but do I come across it and come across it being done well? That's a different question.
oh, okay. I think Repos that shit is fucking amazing.
It is. You know what I'm saying? That'll probably be one of those. I haven't played. I just watch people play, but I think that'd be one of those that I could see being definitely a comedic horror because it sets the eerie. You still get the eeriness from the horror game with the comedic elements. But again, I feel like that's one of those. I think that's one of those games that's based on something else that has horror elements more so being an actual horror game. But I just mean
You
because I'm
playing
such a
console?
diehard horror person.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. It might just be the fact that you're there with the homies that make it so different. Because like when I'm looking at the game, um, like the nature of it, it has a lot. It's pretty. It might only be horror elements. You have to creep around and avoid the monsters. You have it's dark. The theme is set in dark. You have to hide from the enemies. You have to everything that you're doing is like feels like it's like a horror. Um, it's like a something that you would do in a horror game, but it feels different, and I'm not sure if it's because of the graphics or what. But it's you're playing the horror game, but it doesn't make you feel um, like
It's the style of it. I think it's the style of those. It's the style of that game that makes it a horror game. That doesn't make it feel like a horror game. I think it's the playfulness of how the characters built and such. That I think it's the goofiness of how the. I think that's the difference. Like
Indeed.
it definitely has the horror element, but how the character and design is set up, I think changes and can separate it a little bit from you being feeling like it's a true.
Indeed. Because if we take things like Outlast, for example, because I think Outlast has the best concept in terms of blending the both together. You do have things such as you have the atmosphere of you're in an asylum that's right now going rampant because you have all patients have escaped and you don't really know what's going on, and the most you have with you is a camera just to document everything. You don't know what's gonna pop up, who's gonna show up, things like that. And then you're also talking about it being nighttime. It's kind of like that same feeling of being in a hospital at night, and then it's just like eerie hallways and stuff like that. You have it's giving you that sense of moment. So when a jump scare does happen, or when something that you know is gonna spook you does happen, it has a bigger effect. Versus if we play games like Lethal Company or Content Warning or Repo, we obviously expect monsters to show up. It's just a matter about when and why. But when they do, it's more so we have a fear of them doing damage to us versus oh shit, it just came out of left field. Get the fuck up out of here. Versus Outlast, where it's like oh shit, this is coming out of left field. I need to get the fuck up out of here. Because if we remember like the first instant moment, you walk by the guy in the wheelchair, he don't do nothing to you. He's just in the wheelchair just chilling. But when you do that second walk around, just comes out of nowhere and starts to strangle you. Mind you, yeah, you had the first moment of oh, you expected something to happen off that initial walk. So now when you're going back for that second walk, you're thinking it's going to be the same thing. Like, oh, nothing's going to happen to me because he didn't jump before. It's just an NPC being placed there. Maybe he died. Woo, woo. And those are the type of things that get you off. Just like
And
I think when you're trying to find the switches to turn back on the generator, you're expecting turn on a couple of switches, boom, head turn on the generator, go back to what you were doing. But then you have some guy busting down the door to beat you to death. You're not expecting that, but now you're in an area that makes a lot of noise because it has water around it. Then you got find switches that you don't know the locations of, so you got to roam around. You have a random killer just walking around in total darkness. Only you can really
I'm
see
about to
him.
say can't forget about that. The fact that it's pitch black, nigga.
The only way you can
Pitch
see him
black.
is via your night vision if you have batteries for your camera. Because once that runs out, you're just as blind as he is. So you got to make the just tiny bit of noise. So you got to crouch down everywhere. You got to be careful about where you're running to because it's small corridors that you can only go but so many places in that you eventually gonna run into the man. So it's the fear. Now you're dealing with the fear of okay, I know my enemy's there, but now I have to be tactical enough to not have the enemy catch that attention, which you could generate to real life. An intruder breaks in, or maybe it's a killer within a certain area, and you have to sneak around and stuff like that. You have to be as quiet as possible, because if that nigga finds you, it could be raps, high key. So now you're playing on the emotion of this is what real human survival is like. I'm defenseless. I got one thing that's utterly useless that I generally could use, but is it really worth it? Am I really going to get the most benefits off of it versus someone who you don't know how strong they are, you don't know what they're capable of, you don't know how fast they could be, you don't know how skilled they can be. These are 110 questions you could ask yourself over someone who easily could be a rookie in the game of doing it, but you're not going to tempt that fate. If you see 10 lions walking down, you're not going to wonder which one's going to be a pet to you. You just going to be scared of all 10 lions. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Okay.
So things like
And
repo.
that
Oh, my fault.
no, go ahead.
I was just those things like Repo Company, I said Repo Company, Repo Lethal Company, Constant Warning, stuff like that, to where things are going to pop up. It's just a matter about when they're going to pop up. So let's get in and out. Because most of us play the games together and stuff like that. So it's just like we obviously know we're expecting the Bracken to show up. We're expecting the Giant to show up at some point. We're expecting the dog to show up. But it's like when we see them or when we know about them, it's like, ooh, shit, okay, time to go. You see the blind dogs walking around. Oh, everybody, shut up, be quiet. Gotta sneak by. It's not really giving you that sense of fear because we know what they're going to do or what they can do, because at some point we had experienced it, or at some point we're not just gonna tempt fate. If we see an alien that we're not familiar with, we're not gonna be like, "Hey, buddy, give me a hug." Well, hopefully none of us would. But if we see a guy with a knife,
I mean, if she got tickums.
get in, get in the corner, freak. Go in timeout. Go in timeout. Just go in timeout. Just go in timeout. That's it. Yep, just go in timeout.
Is he wrong though?
You go in timeout too, drop.
Shut your, see, drop something. See, this what happens, drop. See, all you gotta do is just shut your ass up.
Both of you go in timeout.
They didn't say shit that time frame.
2026, even the homies have to go into the corner too. It's not just Shay. Yep. Hey, timeout. Just go in the corner. That's it. That's all I'm asking. You ain't gonna be nothing else. Yep. I got to
All
enforce
right,
the
but
thought.
to finish the last, I know we're over time, so I'm gonna say the last two things right quick. I'm gonna just speed rush these. Two things I would say right here. One, Resident Evil 7, which is what you know what I'm saying. The first time that Resident Evil, or first time in a long time that Resident Evil refound itself truly in the horror genre after Resident Evil 4 being one of the best horror games of all time. Resident Evil 5 and 6 went to more action based rather than standard horror. They went to more of like an action type sequence with their games.
Indeed.
Resident Evil 7 was that going back to their roots with the horror. Resident Evil 7, I'm saying you're in a mansion. You're the dude who's trying to find his wife. And you're led to this creepy mansion. I think they're in Louisiana or something like that. And the dark, creepy atmosphere. Even though they got jump scares, what mainly does it is the dark, creepy atmosphere they set. To where and to add along with the dark, creepy atmosphere, it's the footsteps. Throughout the time, you're being chased by the dad of the family throughout majority of the time, and you never know when he's gonna pop up while you're walking around looking for information to find your girl. You never and it's the always random times you just hear footsteps and you never know specifically where those footsteps are coming from. I think it's that eerie unsettling vibe. That's what I want to use earlier. It's the eerie, unsettling vibe of you never knowing when he'll pop up and what's gonna happen. And I think that like that Resident Evil 7 is one of those top tiers, those top tiers with that. And I forgot the other game. I literally about to say another game that adds on to that. I can't think of it right now. I'm about to get pissed off for a game with it. What game? But I can't think of it. Well, oh well, I'm gonna stick with Resident Evil 7. Yeah, Resident Evil 7. I think is one of those that they have a very beautiful blend of jump scares,
You
but the
good?
main
That's how you good.
premises
I got my
of what makes that game scary is being in that dark mansion, very dark vibes the whole time,
Oh, just
and
smash
the
my face on
unsteadiness
my
of
back.
always hearing footsteps and never knowing when that dude's gonna pop out and be on you. Yeah, that Resident Evil 7 is top tier up there, along with Silent Hill, saying which Silent Hill, Resident Evil 7, and Outlast. I mean, Outlast and Resident Evil 7, I feel got their inspiration kind of low key, or specifically Resident Evil 7, from Silent Hill because it starts off with you getting a message from your girl to come to this place. And that's how Resident Evil 7 starts, and that's kind of how Outlast starts as well. So shout out to Silent Hill 2 from 2001, that is known as one of the greatest horror games of all time for its unsettling vibes that made that type of feel popular. I leave it.
I said what I had to say.
I said my piece.
Yeah. Dang. The
Mute
horror
nigga,
games I play.
mute nigga name drop.
So what?
You got anything else you want to say about this?
Nah.
Kurt. Ooh, hey, W episode. W podcast today and things like that. Doing the good old closing remarks. Starting off with drop the stacks.
Ah, what's that? Hey, you feel me? Awesome. That's damn. Awesome episode. Feel me? Hey, I said something today. Something like that. And yeah, we have to uh, tell us what y'all think in the comments.
Indeed. Blah. Closing remark.
I had some time this morning, so I had some thoughts, and I just get a little honcho impression here. Um, I realized that there's a difference between the things that we want and the things that we think we do. So like, hear me out on this.
Mm-hmm.
There's things that we want because we don't have them, and there's things that we want until we did have them. Uh, welcome you. Salt really looks like sugar until you taste it. That was my thought.
W thought.
Doesn't God.
Freak. Closing remark.
You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody coming through, clicking on the video, listening to the audio all the way to the end, getting to
Indeed.
this point. You know what I'm saying? Sending good vibes and positivity everybody's way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and leave in them comments. You know what I'm saying? If you make it to this part, which horror do you prefer? Do you prefer that more realistic, eerie, psychological horror, or do you prefer jump scares, or do you prefer that third, where just like the theme is more the horror, like demons, monsters, stuff like that? Sending good vibes and positivity everybody's way. Start of a new week, end of an old week, whenever you listen or watch this.
I take care of Red Brandon. Appreciate it.
Join the Discord. Whether you want to join in the evening, to Fred's streams, or overnight if you're a late night owl like me. So do my streams. If you ain't tapped in already, saying So Fresh Prince on all
Appreciate it.
platforms. The one who's spearheading this Hazy Flame shit. You know what I'm saying? Slick underscore freaking, that's what it. 2 C's.
Chanel bag.
Day 164 straight tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Yeah.
Drop the stacks, and that's with a XZ4. Wait. Yeah. 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 I had to make sure. You know what I'm saying? Who's making more clips on TikTok and such. You know what I'm saying? Making more content. And it's been your favorite ice captain. I bid you.
Ooh, hero. Closing remark.
Before I get into the spiel real quick, the reason why there are a lot of Chinese restaurants in urban neighborhoods in the hood is because of the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1881. It basically made Chinese people who came over here as immigrants. The only reason came over here as immigrants, the only way they could be citizens, they have to be basically merchants or somebody that sells things. And the thing that they did was do restaurants. The only reason they end up in urban neighborhoods because in the times of like around the 60s, um, white people, that is the truth, white people didn't want their restaurants in the neighborhood, so they gave them loans to go to black neighborhoods, but wouldn't give black people loans for themselves to make businesses. So that's why you see a lot of Chinese restaurants in neighborhoods. Be on the lookout for Pod 14, where Shay's boyfriend, Shay, and the gang, we do are the big three shonen, Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach. We rank those amongst a lot of categories that should be coming out soon. Also the Zoo Pod. And be also going to YouTube page, Hazy Flame Entertainment. We got the mid-season interviews out. You can go to my YouTube page, Random Hero 3844. You feel me? I'm gonna be putting out more videos on that platform. We will have the first Hazy Flame original content. What's that Pokemon featuring myself and Billy Honcho? That is going to be a ball because I don't know how to pronounce none of these Pokemon. So if you don't know that, go look back into the interviews. Also, some of the Pokemon League commentary with myself, Freak, variation of Blah, Dark, uh, Drop, and also the draft day because Zoro had to help me correct me a lot of times on the draft. So look out for that stuff. And always remember the survey says another one for the hazy guys.
Indeed. And that has been episode 66. I believe that I'm correct. Of the Hazy Flame podcast. Yes, sir. Make sure to check out the YouTube channel. That is Hazy Flame, all one word. Space ENT and all that good stuff. We are posting there pretty consistently. You feel me? There's a video that comes out almost every day, if not every day, type stuff. Make sure to check us out for the D&D stuff. Make sure to check us out for the video game stuff. Make sure to check us out for the Pokemon League stuff, things like that. The first Pokemon League season almost finished. We about to start up another one very soon. Naruto D&D on Tuesdays is popping back up, so we'll be finishing that very soon to get into One Piece, Pirate Marines D&D. That's Pirate Marines. One Piece Marines D&D. Right after Kagurabachi D&D happening next month. At the end of this month, we are continuing on with the story of JJK D&D. So if you're into any D&D content, we gonna have enough to put on the channel, as well as Veli dropping music very soon and all that good stuff. But shout out to Rose for popping through. Shout out to Doctor for popping through. Shout out to Mao, Trapzoro, Stormy, Shay, and all that good stuff. Any lurkers, shout out to Shaq.
Happy belated birthday to Zoro's sister, by the way. That's why he's not here at the pod. You feel me?
Indeed. But that is it. That's it for all of us. Listen to this really haunting music as I rate out on the Twitch side of things to Lavender as she is streaming and all that good stuff. Ooh, shit. Yeah, it did not go through. Hold on a second. Yeah, we're gonna try this again. Yep. Yes. E. All right. Oh. Why is this shit not going through? Okay, hold on a second. God damn it! Now I gotta actually physically go grab, type the bitch in. Bitch don't want to work. Nothing ever gonna work when I need it to work. Ooh, niggas on the end screen. On me, fuck technology for real. I ain't gonna lie. This shit just whack. Right like a motherfucker. Do 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 do. There we go. Yes sir. Listen to this music. Wrong thing. There we go.
The weight, and I don't need the cake. I just want me some faith. They don't believe in me, just want some faith. And they act like supporters, but just want my plate. But they just want my tip.